subleasing a room in his apartment, and when interviewing people, decided a girl, most his sexual type, 30F, full stop. Oh, that's the end of that sentence. I had asked for the room, the girlfriend had asked for the room, and wanted to move in together after a year, and he was against that. In the many times I visited since she's moved in, she's never once tried to talk to me, but we'll have a 10-minute conversation with him right in front of me, where neither one of them make any effort to include me. Oh, God. We've had multiple conversations where I've expressed she and his relationship with her makes me uncomfortable. He also went out of his way to tell me how much he loved her parents, knowing I'm uncomfortable with the relationship, and never telling me he met her parents to begin with weeks ago. The fuck, is he going out with this girl?
Why is this relationship still a relationship?
His opinion is that my perception of reality is warped, often the sign of a gaslighter. I told him I no longer feel comfortable visiting while she lives there, which is exactly what both of them want, because he's a coward and he doesn't want to split up with you properly, so he hopes that you'll just go away if he's a big enough... It's a classic move. It doesn't say am I the arsehole, but am I the arsehole for being uncomfortable with what's going on? Stop hanging around this guy!
No, this relationship is over.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out quickly. You are not the arsehole.
Correct. Am I the arsehole if I refuse to debaptize my aunt? My parents believe in the freedom of choosing one's own religion.
Hallelujah.
My mother was raised Catholic. I, 14, honestly do not care too much about the topic, to the dismay of my aunt. During my childhood, she constantly tried to pressure my mother into getting me baptized. Whenever I visited them, she would try to push Christianity on me. She would read the Bible to me and take me to her church.
Quick, baptize him while he's not looking.
He's not looking, quick! Get the ladle out! This made me very uncomfortable to the point where I did not want to visit anymore. I recently developed an interest in herbs and plants. This somehow convinced her that I practice witchery. Plants, the ultimate witch's tool! Since I did not budge, she focused on my brother, 5.
Who is crap name.
He is friends with my cousin, 6.
Family lacks imagination.
Yes, it does. On his latest visit, my aunt decided to make an appointment with a priest, forge my mother's signature, and get my brother baptized.
Shotgun baptism.
Shotgun, yeah. Get this kid baptized. After my brother told my mother about the incident, she confronted my aunt on her next visit. My aunt proudly confessed to having saved my brother, and a screaming match ensued. Summarised my aunt's words, she could not believe that our mother was willfully condemning us all to hell, and there was no wonder I had become a satanic witch. In a moment of anger, I went to my room to get one of my pots. I have one pot in the shape of a skull and filled it with water. While they were still screaming at each other, I poured the water over her. Then I declared her to be now baptized a witch and the lawful wife of Satan. I will be honest, I enjoyed the expressions of shock and then panic on her face. She told me to undo what I did. I refused. My mother says she understands why I did what I did, but I need to undo it to keep the peace. I'm supposed to make a show of debaptizing her and declaring her Christian again. If she can just go around and baptize my brother, why can't I do the same to her? Am I the arsehole if I do not comply with my parents' wishes?
What power would this kid have to, like, declare her Christian again?
Yeah.
Child has no power to do that.
No, the Vatican weighed on this. You have to get double baptized to prevent yourself from being baptized as a witch. Cut to the quick on this one if we can, and say that she is not the arsehole. My bus driver as a kid would give us hell if we did something wrong, but it was we didn't tend to be bad kids, so I don't remember it happening very much.
Both buses were a war zone. Absolute war zone. People would buy, and
really?
I don't know if you remember them, they were like hard candy sweets on necklaces.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so what people would do is like spread the elastic as tight as they could, leave one like hard candy, get the rest out of the way, put it in your mouth, pull the elastic forward, then bite the candy in half so that the other half of it would be launched at a rate of fucking knots into somebody's fucking eye. And you would have to sit on the bus with like your hood up. You would wear a coat in the summer just to make sure that you didn't lose an ear. Like, it was fucking atrocious. And if
I never experienced any of this.
If that didn't do it, throwing Skittles, taking bottles of water on the bus so that you could wet bits of paper and get them as hard and wet as possible and just fucking launch them at people.
Who would be a bus driver?
And it was just awful. Awful shit. This was upstairs though, and by year 10 I'm like, no, I'm too old for this shit.
The top of the bus, pure war zone.
I'm gonna sit downstairs and flirt instead.
Good plan.
Would I be the arsehole for calling off my engagement after my fiance lied about a gift from my cousin? I come from a big family. Okay, don't show off. Last night we had our big Christmas party. It was fun to see everyone until it was time to exchange presents.
Always the low light of a festive period.
My cousin Anna, not her real name, hands out pink envelopes to all the 20s and 30s men who have married/dated into the family. My fiance received one and quickly put it in his pocket after opening it. I was distracted opening my gifts and I didn't ask to look at it. About 20 minutes later, my cousin Rachel pulls me aside and says Anna is giving out cards with instructions on how to get a discount subscription to her OnlyFans. Oh, me.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Rachel's boyfriend got one of the pink cards and showed Rachel because he was weirded out. I'm pissed at this point because I suspect my fiance's card also has an OnlyFans discount. So I asked to talk with him and he denies getting a card from Anna. I tell him, I saw her hand you one. I watched you put it in your pocket. I go to grab his pocket and he suddenly remembers getting a card but claims he didn't open it. I take it from him and of course it's already opened. I go back inside to confront Anna and find her already arguing with a different cousin. Anna claims she's just trying to get her business off the ground. She says her gift is not sexual, it's just marketing. At this point, I leave with my brother and his husband because I don't want to spend the night with my fiance at home.
Sex work is work, but don't show your cousins.
Listen, you're leaving him alone after he got a discount from OnlyFans? What's wrong with you? I'm seriously considering calling off the engagement over this. Would I be the asshole? What hamster-sized balls this cousin has.
I mean, the fact that he hid it.
So say 20 envelopes went out. What did he expect was going to happen? It's not like...
Yeah, they gave it to 19 of the 20 men, but not me.
That'd be me in that situation. I would have gone straight to my fiancé and be like, the fuck is this?
He should have read it. He should have memorized the discount code, and then he should have gone straight to his fiancé.
He should be walking over there going, Q lowercase q 7653.
Commit that to memory so that he can still use it.
And then be like, what is this, some sort of bull? Would it be a cause for the wedding to be broken off? You'll find out in the update. Is there an update?
Not yet. No.
Oh, well, we'll wait for the update. Would I be the arsehole for calling it off? Actually, I'm going to say no, I don't think you would be the arsehole.
Yeah, you are 100% not the arsehole. Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
Am I the arsehole for refusing to return my neighbour's special binoculars unless his wife comes and gets them?
What?
I, F28, recently moved into a new neighbourhood.
Right.
All my neighbours are lovely, especially my next door neighbour. Bless his heart, wink wink. He, 37, is married and has 2 kids. I noticed that he's been looking towards my house for a while. So far, I'd caught him doing it twice.
Twice?
He had his binoculars with him and was basically, seemingly looking at my living room. I hate confrontation, so what I did was close the curtains and go about my day. It started escalating.
How? The curtains are closed!
He burst into my house, opened the curtains and left me. He didn't do that. The other day,
yes,
he was peeking at my backyard from his balcony and his binoculars fell in my backyard. I looked up and he was gone. He knew that I saw him. I took the binoculars and put them inside. In the evening, he came knocking on my door asking how I was. I rolled my eyes, but kept it civil. He then brought up the binoculars and said they must have fell in your backyard earlier today.
While I was spying on you like a fucking pervert.
He said something about his kids probably messing with them and asked if I could go get them for him.
Fucking kids.
I said, I have them. I won't give them to him unless his wife comes over and gets them hooked up.
Oh, snap!
He threw a fit, saying he can't send her because then she'll misunderstand the situation.
By which we mean understand.
I told him there is not misunderstanding if the kids were really the ones using the binoculars.
Oh, I love it!
And I insisted I won't give them back till his wife comes and gets them.
Oh, this is priceless.
Got into an argument, but he kept his voice as low as he could then left, looking furious. He's been complaining about me wanting to stir drama. He keeps demanding I return his binoculars back to him and leave his wife out of it. Am I the arsehole? How dare she sit on her sofa watching television fully clothed?
So provocatively. I'm going to go out on a limb and put forward my suggestion that she is not the arsehole.
Correct.
I see people come in and...
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
Wow, that's a groove and a gas. Thanks very much, Jeremy Walker, whose name just came up. I'm Alex Borton, and we're here again for episode 173. We're not here again for episode 173.
No, we're not.
We're here again.
This isn't a rerun. You are watching a live show.
We're here again, full stop. It's episode 173 of Don't Get Me Started. Thanks very much for coming in. Feels like such a long time.
It has been a while. Yeah. It's been such a long time. I actually had time to set up reruns for Friday nights, and that's set up all the way through mid-November now. So if you're bored on a Friday night, just go and watch an old DGMS on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for coming in. So much has happened, and we'll get to that at some point, which is basically the show has changed from Don't Get Me Started to Alex is just going to tell you all the cool shit he's done, and you're going to have to listen to it.
Isn't that basically what Don't Get Me Started has been since before it was called Don't Get Me Started?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I did some cool shit. What did you do? Nothing? Okay, well, sucks to be you.
Yeah. I mean, it started off as Alex brags he's bought a PS4, and then gradually progressed into Alex.
What a brag!
Alex eats cold beans in front of you.
It went downhill.
Alex bought a coffee machine, and Jez went to sleep.
You're really hitting the high notes
and now
here.
We're here.
Oh yeah, the PS4. You jealous people. Alex buying a PS4
in 2020.
Yeah, ages after.
4 years after its release.
Oh man! But I was waiting for the price to come down.
And then he didn't.
Yeah, no, well, I couldn't wait any longer. It was never coming down. A hype train is happening. So many subscriptions happening. Not least because Will's just fucking dropped shitloads of stuff to us, amongst other people, I think. But
yeah,
well, welcome in everybody.
Good to know the season, thanks to Jez not wearing shorts. Yeah, it was 9 degrees today. It is not shorts weather.
That's true.
You know the rules. 10 degrees and up.
You know the rules.
It's shorts.
And so do I.
Under 10, but not including 10, jeans or other miscellaneous
under 10
long-legged things.
Not inclusive.
Yeah.
If it's 9 is
jeans.
9.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Do you know what I've started wearing recently by virtue of going back into the workforce?
Oh, like a tie?
No.
A shirt?
Kind of.
A shirt and tie?
No. Neither of those things.
Okay, wait. A lab coat?
No.
Some sort of workwear?
Yes.
Right, that nailing it down. Yeah, like a sweatshirt with a logo on it.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's too hot for that.
Like a cap for your department, like a department cap.
I wish. Apparently, caps are not professional or some shit.
Hot pants. Oh my god.
Ding, ding, ding. It was hot pants.
Your
branded hot pants right there.
Who wears short shorts?
Crotch. A polo neck is correct.
Polo neck. Oh, fucking shirts. Thank you.
They weren't the thing I was referring to. I'm talking about leg wear, because obviously I can't wear jeans to work either, because apparently that's not professional.
Chinos?
Chinos.
Blue jeans and chinos?
Yes, I am wearing chinos that look basically
bloody hate chinos.
Like work trousers. And I bought stretchy ones to fit my fat ass, so they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you quawking?
Where are you quawking?
I'm working in an undisclosed reprographics department doing printing.
He's a photocopy guy.
Except I don't photocopy. I print directly from.
He draws everything they want in a pencil, portrait. Yeah. Everyone comes to him and says, "Can you copy it? It's going to take a while." And you're resolutely one of these guys that doesn't like technology, like a Luddite. You kind of like will do everything out by hand 50 times, and then come back to me in 2 weeks and you can have them. It's like,
it's like, have you seen the there's like the meme out there of you give a kid half a horse is already drawn. And then the kid has to fill in the rest.
Rest of the horse.
That is my photocopying, but like, the shit side of the horse. It's like, I want this photo 40 times. I got you. Come back in 6 weeks. I got you. And they're all 40 different pictures.
That'd be amazing.
Of not at all what was in the photo. Like, it was a photo of like rolling hills and with like a sea in the background. And I've given them back like a picture of the Millennium Falcon and another of the Starship Enterprise, and I'm like, here you go, here's exactly what you asked for. And because I just smile at them meekly, they're like,
okay,
thanks.
Well, cool. I would like the idea that this was really true and that you just like your reprographics was just like you just drawing or otherwise inventing a way to do it.
Instead of I've misread it. It's not reprographics, it's redrographics. I redraw
You redraw
things.
it.
I redraw it.
Yeah. So in an undisclosed location, Jeremy has returned to help people out with his own brand of justice.
Yeah. They needed help. I recently put my entire business in the loft and had some time. So we'll see how long it lasts.
You give kids half a what? Yes, a horse. A horse.
My kingdom for half a horse.
Welcome into literally everybody. There's so many wonderful people in here. I see that Hannah has managed to get in here now, as opposed to not now or later.
Well, I'm sure we'll see her brother at some point, probably about 10:09, something like that.
Here's Dom. Everyone's coming in.
It's not like Dom to actually announce himself at the start of the show.
Normally, Dom
hangs in the shadows, waiting for the perfect opportunity to say something outrageous.
It's like
and does a very good job of it.
Permanently in media res, you just drop straight into the action. It's just like, anyway. So the other day, some guy was walking past me and he was saying this shit, and it's like, Dom's here. I just love it. It's just straight in. I'm a big fan. I'm like, when I was going to do the Thursday, I used to do a streaming on Thursday and just start and talk. I had this idea when I was going to do it, really, really go for it, to begin the conversation.
Literally in the middle of a sentence.
In the middle of a sentence. Like, I just talk to myself for like about, 30 seconds about anything, just like I'm doing now. And then I'll just hit the button as I'm in the middle of a thing like that. So you'll never... And then when I finish, I do the same thing. I finish like that. So it gives the impression the show is in a constant state of chat. Yeah. And it's never... I'm just like, if you... thematically...
At any point of the day, if you put a camera near him, you would catch him in the middle of some
a bit of
anecdote.
it, yeah. Which I think
is accurate.
Yeah, that's true.
But unfortunately, though, Twitch doesn't really work like that. And so, even if you did that, you would still be talking to yourself for at least the first, 30 seconds or so while people load up the stream.
Yeah, I mean, I did tend to talk to myself for a bit and wait until people come in, Most of the time, you're very kind and dropped in without leaving me too long to talk on my own. But, yeah. It's a very strange thing. When I used to do the radio thing with Captain Brilliant and with Duncan, we so very occasionally they wouldn't be able to make it, and I was like, don't worry, I'll do the show on my own. And I'm like, that was a really hard thing to do. Is like, what do you think about this, Alec? Well, I'll tell you what, I agree with you. Well, let's play a song. Really, you think so? And it's just like really hard to do. I found it really hard to do it because I think I'm best when I'm bouncing off someone.
I'm exactly the same. Some of the sports podcasts I did on my own a few times, and I'm like, man, this is a slog. It really is. Like, so what do you? How about them Bears? I'm like, yeah, exactly me. How about them Bears? You really need someone to bounce off. It's quite difficult to do this kind of stuff.
It is.
Yeah. So the radio station that you were on, while at the time was in and run by a school.
Yes.
Now they've gone fully school and they don't have adults anymore, and it's all kids all the time, and they are hilariously unprofessional, and it's quite a gas.
But there's no adults.
There's no adult presenters now. And it's very short stints of kids, and they just bounce between, and it's always like at the end of their bit, it's like, okay, right, gotta go now. it's time for maths, and they just and then they just hit the drop for like
Maths, Pythagoras, algebra. That'd be brilliant, actually. I spoke to the guy who used to run it and probably is still running it again. He seemed to suggest to me that there was room for me to come back if I wanted to. There might be some adult things in the evenings.
As much as I've said that, I think there might be two
sides
now. There is the one station which still has adult DJs, if you can call them that. I can't, because there are no discs, and they're certainly not riding them.
Yes.
And then there is the kids version, where if you just want to laugh.
When the kids would do the stuff, I thought the kids were brilliant.
Yes, and historically the ones that kind of mixed in amongst the like professional presenters were really, really on it and sharp and good. And there are a few of those, but then there are also some it's like who are just there so that they don't have to go to English or something.
And now, here's Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something.
Yeah. And you can tell that they have been given a playlist, because they're playing a lot of stuff from the 90s, and then there's no, 11 to 16-year-old that is playing a playlist of stuff from the 90s, let me tell you.
I mean, if I should say, that will just keep rolling around, populating songs forever, and you don't have to do anything. But if you want to, you can intervene, and we intervene because we were like, I don't want to listen to this again. But yeah, for them, they could be very hilarious.
I hadn't heard All Saints' version of Under the Bridge for a good 15 years. In the past week, I have heard it probably 15 times.
Under the Bridge.
I never want to feel like I did that.
Someone made that decision. They were like, do you know what they should do? Under the Bridge. Was there another popular version of it? Oh, yeah, incredibly popular. One of the most popular rock songs of all time.
Should we just do it the same as them then?
Can't do it the same.
No, let's kick off with the first 12 or so seconds of theirs.
Yeah.
And then let's just fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And then we'll drop into the girls.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that they can't sing. They're pretty fit. And then we'll eventually get back to the original version of the song for the last 24 seconds. And then it'll be finished.
Can you name All Saints' bigger hit that came out before that?
Yes.
Good. I was going to say, it's a song called Can You Harmstone? What's the song? It's Never Ever. You know Never Ever? Never ever have I ever. You know that one?
I told you yes.
Said yes. You said yes. It's never. Everyone's good in. Do you know I like that song? I think that's good. I'm a big fan.
I quite like that.
Yeah,
and I do
a good song.
And as much as I'm giving it a hard time, I do like All Saints' version of Under the Bridge. It's not as good as the Chili Peppers version, but
no,
it's decent enough.
Man, Chili Peppers. Just like I can't help feeling if you're the bass player for the Chili Peppers or whatever. I think is it Flea. I just like you got
He's
one
doing the heavy lifting, isn't he?
And he's just like everyone else is just like living in his world, and he's just like I think I might drop some slap bass on this one, like whoever the lead singer is.
Yeah, what's his name?
Anthony Kiedis, or I can't remember the guy's name, but like just like yeah, just do your thing.
But the lead singer is basically trying to replicate the sound that the bass is making in all of his lyrics. Donk. I don't know what's wrong with me. Perhaps we should go on to the first segment, otherwise I'm going to relent. I sound like a bit like... Maybe we'll put it to a vote. Do we want to go to This Is Happening, or should we just let Alex...
Sometimes vocabulary runs through my head.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers for the entire show. I could take either, really. That was a bit NWO, that was. For life.
Wasn't there another one about coming closer to someone? Is that The Beach? They did a song called The Beach for the Leonardo DiCaprio film The Beach.
Oh yeah, that film was fucking terrible.
Me when closer to... Always be scatting. Always be scatting. That sounds like a different thing I'm doing, frankly. I'm glad I can scat. The scat man can do it.
Yeah. That's after a curry, that is.
Oh, boy. When I was in Essen, I had an amazing curry at curry house we go to all the time, and it was the tastiest they'd ever done it, and one of the tastiest curries I've ever had, and it was really, really nice. I really love broad spectrum of kind of interesting stuff, like a bit of dal here, a bit of garlic naan here, a bit of jalfrezi there. It was a real cornucopia of everything you could really having a taste of literally everything, and that taste of literally everything came out in a lovely way. You know, just like there's no way of doing it.
All curries are the same on the other way.
Yeah, I've eaten a lot of curry. People say, oh, you get used to it. I have never got used to it. My body has never got used to curry.
I mean, I just don't get the stupidly spicy ones, and then my guts are fine.
Boom. That's the sound, kind of noise it was making.
And you've got some kind of weird porcelain in your toilet. Yeah. I'm also saying rule 1. I don't quite know what rule 1 we even got
Did we
close
talk
to.
about having sex with a...
We're not shitting on a dog. Or anything like that. So, what you rule 1 in?
I think I'd love Essen. I really like board games.
I love to Essen.
To Essen.
I Essen every day.
To eat. People, and I love board games and people and traveling Eurostar. I like all those things as well. What I would say, Dom and everybody, is that me and Captain Brilliant went out on the Eurostar and everything was plain sailing until we just kind of got out of a bit of Belgium, and it all went to shit as soon as we got into the Deutsche Bahn. If you
Probably
think
because you were sailing on a train.
Yeah. I'm sailing. Do you want to go into a thing, or should I just keep talking? Because what I'm going to tell is something that's happened, you see. So I didn't know. Yeah.
How much do you want to share something that's happened?
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot?
Well, it's about to start it anyway. And it's not a great anecdote. All it is to say that you're going to press the button, I presume, and then suddenly it's all going to be like...
In a world filled with haps and naps, 2 men have risen above to bring you. This is happening.
And that was it. So it wasn't admittedly a very long story, but
I decided to go into the segment in the hopes it might shut him up.
No, there is a falsehood perpetuated, which is that German trains are good and German trains run on time, and they don't. And this is something you need to know. This is going to shock you, set your face to stunned. German trains are shit. German trains are bad. German trains are so bad that Germany as a country has adopted a workaround to make it work, which is everybody, and I heard this from somebody who talked to me on a German train, when I said I heard they ran, I thought German trains were really good. He laughed in my face, and then after he had managed to recover from laughing in my face, he said, Germany as a collective people have worked out that whatever train you want to get the one before. So they've just got a workaround to make it work. So everybody in government running the trains work perfectly. Everybody gets where they want to go. Yeah, motherfucker, because they get on a train an hour before they need to go anywhere on top of anything else. They're like, talk about adding buffer time. Fuck me. So fuck Deutsche Bahn. If you're Deutsche Bahn, you can go fucking... In fact, I'll tell you what, Deutsche Bahn are going to the fucking sea. I'll tell you, that's fucking so easy. I can't wait to put them in the sea. I know I've told you now.
See, when we were in Munich, I thought the trains were really good.
No. Well, we were lucky. Because it turns out that a study they did said that 51% of all trains in Germany were delayed. So
that's
pretty half, right? It's so stupid. It's like they say 51% are on time, and I'm like, so 49% aren't. So we were just on a flip of it, it's 50-50, Jeremy.
Everything's 50-50, Alex.
They either will turn up or it won't.
It's a scale, right? Because we can only judge the German train system based on our experience of train systems, and they can't possibly be worse than British trains.
I'm telling you now, they're worse.
It's not possible.
I have such a newfound respect for our rail system. It was shocking.
But at least German rail is not expensive.
Do you know what I mean?
Whereas, you'll pay 60 quid to go to your nearest city and
cheap
have a shit experience.
I mean,
privilege.
I don't think the sea will make them run faster. No, I'm just hoping. I've come up with a board game called Deutsche Bahn. Deutsche Bahn is DB is the company, the German company that runs the trains, and in Germany, not other places. Thank God. And I've come up with an idea for a board game which is basically based around traveling in Germany. Only the thing then what will happen is I'll put a big kind of sign on my Essen booth stand announcing the arrival of the board game in an hour. and then just the board game just doesn't turn up in an hour, and then I say the board game has been delayed, but it'll be coming in another hour, and so people will keep coming up to the stand and waiting for the board game. The board game will never turn up, Jeremy. There is no board game. I've decided to fake a board game. There isn't a real board game, and I just keep updating this ticker kind of thing to say the board game will come every hour or whatever throughout the entire of the weekend as a massive fucking troll. I think that would be a wonderful board game. Even better because I don't have to actually make it.
I mean, you protest about the trains, but the fact that you're here right now suggests that a train did eventually come, so shut the fuck up.
I mean, yeah, that's it. It's just like, listen, if time being no object and us being infinite creatures, who gives a fuck, right?
You made it back in time for the Bears. And
I did.
So,
I did. That was a week ago, though, in fairness, so, you know.
Hey, I think there are some trains that you could still be waiting for in the UK a week later. It still hasn't come.
I just don't believe. I feel I've got a newfound respect for our trains. In fairness, the truth of the whole matter is that they're probably both as bad as each other. But the thing that this long-held belief that Germany was like a beautifully well-oiled machine isn't true. That between that and the toilet that I got on that time, that's just a big flat toilet. You've all seen the picture of the toilet I got in the other room. Just a big shelf toilet. And I saw someone put something, this came up on some sort of reel I was looking at, and they're like, no, it's really good because it's just a shelf and you can shit on it and then it goes away again really easily. I'm like, it does not. It's a fucking porcelain shelf. Nothing shifts that. You have to get your fucking brush out. Anyway, I don't know what it is about between trains and toilets. What are the Germans fucking good for, man? Apart from board game festivals. I don't know. But, before I go on too much about that, what's happening for you? What's good? What recent events have made you happy?
Yeah. So I, as I said, started a job. That was cool. Mainly because they will give me money for it.
Yes,
that's always nice. And then I used some of that money immediately to go to London twice this week.
Twice.
Yeah.
When was the first one?
On Thursday, while I was in the middle of my first week of work, I told them, I'm not coming in tomorrow. See ya.
Nice. Balling.
And I went to the Formula One exhibition. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh, I saw a picture of you and Duff drinking things.
Drinking champagne, yeah.
Nice.
From Magnums, yeah. That is the bottle, not the ice cream. We went to the Formula One exhibition. And that was pretty cool. It was cold because it's London.
Yep.
That was Thursday. And then yesterday, we went to Totty House.
Yes!
To see the Bears.
The Bears.
Which is my team, in case that hasn't been obvious from all of the Bears merch I've worn on literally every show, pretty much.
That's true.
Not wearing any today, though. What the fuck's going on?
No.
Yeah. And...
How did Keris get timed out? Did she accidentally put a link on for train running stats?
I think she did, yes. Yeah.
Has Keris stopped working on time? Is she not running now?
Beep boop. I now only speak in asterisks. Yeah. So I was filled with dread at the idea of going to see my own team in my own country, being that they have historically been bad.
Yes.
And I was pleasantly surprised when they absolutely smashed the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are technically
London's team. Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. We were sat in front of some people who'd come over from Chicago who were very vocal throughout the game, but were cool. I liked them. They were good. Decent. And I took our daughter
to the slaughter.
My wife, not mine and his, to her. Technically her first NFL game. We went to a fan fest in Chicago a few years ago that she slept through the entire thing of, so that doesn't really count. We bought her a jersey and she got really excited and very much got into the make some noise aspect.
On third down. Yeah. Make some noise. She made some noise.
She made a lot of noise and she was very good at making the noise. And it was cute.
It was cool. It was good. A great day. Day. I had a C on my face.
Yeah, and a C on your massive C, being that you are a massive C.
That's true. Yes, it was incredible. I was just reading some of the bits and pieces. I sent train stats also and was no longer allowed to post.
Man.
Everyone that sends train stats is like are we not allowed to reveal our train stats?
Big Train is out there fucking
Big
you
Train.
guys up. Could you, like, summarize the stats?
Well, I saw it was 89.7% or something like that.
Oh, yeah, there were actual stats for that. Right, here we
Well,
go.
it's just one number from your wife. 89.7%. Oh, there you go. 89.7%.
Of
Of
what?
100%.
Thanks. What is that number, though?
I mean, I can't believe we got into this. I know I started this,
Is that
and I can't help feeling that...
Is that 89.5% of British trains are on time? Because I call bullshit.
89.7% of them are trains. The rest of them are, like, just cardboard.
Converted cars that
They're not real. Only
you'll notice.
some of them aren't trains.
Thameslink, 45% arrive within 5 minutes of scheduled time.
Oh, Thameslink is total shit if I've learnt anything from Aletha. So it's not, like, you only need to say the word Thameslink near Aletha and she just starts to kind of like boil with rage. Yes, it was an incredible day. In fact, this whole weekend and last weekend and everything about it has been I've been very blessed. Very, 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 I wouldn't say lucky because we planned everything out. It wasn't just like accident that I went to Essen and accident that I went to see the game, but yes, I've been very, very fortunate. Do you know what was great the other night? We stayed in a Premier Inn. And what I love about Premier Inns, apart from the fact that they're comfy and they're nice and they're reasonably cheap.
They all look the same.
And they all look the same.
You know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting. Is that you get hotel TV. And like there'll be some random stuff on it that you would never naturally sit down and watch. But like when you put something on, it's like, I guess I'll watch A Quiet Place. Or I guess I'll watch this quiz show. And I was watching this random quiz show with that was hosted by Alan Carr called something like I think it's called Photo Slam. And it's basically a load of photos, and you have like about 30 seconds to just like
punch Alan Carr in the face. I'd go on that.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
30 seconds, totally legal. Punch Alan Carr in the face. I would get so many fucking
like
punches in on that guy's smug, cunty face.
Can you imagine?
I hate Alan Carr.
It's like boo, and it's like smacks. It's like 30 seconds is up.
I used to hate all the Cars, but Jimmy Carr grew on me a little bit. He's still a bit of a prick, but...
Harmstone wasn't on it, though I did think that maybe Harmstone could be on it, because Harmstone, our resident quizzer, has applied to go on many shows, but I think that Photo Slam, if that was what it was, or Picture Slam, whatever it was, is something you could get on, and as I understand it, what happens is they'll bring up a board of this very low budget, but it's just pictures, and you can... I don't think there's anything that necessarily marks them out as anything different, like numbers 1 to 7. You go, I'll have number 2, please, and then a picture pops up. You have to name what you see.
I'll have a pee, please, Bob.
And the things that you get are like just random pictures of celebrities, pictures of places. You know that I think there's a thing in Chicago with very, very polished kind of chrome kind of
bean.
Yeah. So they had that, but you can't quite see it properly. It's hard to see, so it's not an easy thing to. Like they distort the image of it, so you've got to pick it out whilst like it's put through a thing like
right.
that. So it's hard to see things, or they'll say like,
"He's not selling this show."
Yeah, I'm telling you, the bean. Yeah, basically it's a what is this kind of thing. So they'll have what's it, DFDS or something like that, like a kind of or some sort of logo. It's a bit like logo games and
DFDS. Do.
Do you know what was I going to say? Like they'll put on like. A famous TV program, but they'll miss somebody out and they'll go, who's missing here? So like it's like name this stuff but do it really quickly. So I wondered whether it's something that Harmstone could do, but only fucking trust Alex to watch a show about beans. Only
that's a very cold bean.
It was quite low. It was quite low budget, and by the end of it, the people that went through the final round had £3,500, and if they got all the way through, the top prize was £10,000. Harmstone doesn't get out of bed for like less than 100,000. So, I don't think he was ever going to apply for Photo Slam or whatever it is, but didn't know if it's something that only in hotel TV, you'd never see it anywhere else, basically. But
yeah, there was a random quiz show that I saw. I don't know if it was in a hotel, but it was definitely when I was away from home, and it was presented by Ross Kemp, and they had it was something about like lying. I can't remember what it is. Something about lying, and you had to like pick out the lies, like Bridge of Lies, that's it. And you have to like try and walk from one side of the room to the other, working out which is a lie and stepping on things.
Oh, I saw
really
something
bizarre.
advertised on American TV, kind of like between the NFL, where everyone's
the new Rob Lowe thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and they're all on a big kind of floor,
It's called The Floor.
and you have to. We were talking about this, like,
I do want to watch that, actually.
and you have to stand in certain bits. I don't know if the answers are on the floor.
I've watched several different adverts for this show, and I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on, so that's why I want to watch it.
The floor.
Because it's Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe's cool.
I agree. I have to say, looking at Photo Slam, it was enjoyable because there was a lot of low-key, easy things to get that you're never not going to get. And then there's a few awkward ones which actually will set you apart a little bit. But I can't understand, this isn't something they were like, look, I've got a banger of a quiz for you. We show you pictures of stuff and you just name it. I mean, this hardly pointless where they've gone like, we've asked all these people, but you have to work out the thing that's not, it's going to be not picked at the least well-known of all the right art. And like,
no, they're literally, here's a thing.
What is it? Yeah. I kind of want, but I'd love to come up, I'd love to come up with a good quiz show idea. I think if we come up with a good quiz show idea, then that's everyone's looking for the next big quiz show idea. Like, eventually they went like, you know, the £1 million blot.
It's a good name for a quiz. The next big quiz.
The next big quiz. I can't even fucking speak. The next biz quiz? Next big quiz. The £1 million drop, you kind of just drop the money out. I always thought to myself, that would be quite heartbreaking to like go like, I'm going to put all my money onto this thing.
I quite liked the concept of that. It didn't really work.
No.
The most brutal quiz show is and forever Golden Balls. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah. Well,
man.
The kind of prisoner's dilemma thing where they're like, you could split or share or whatever.
You could split or share. And like,
Always
have
split.
30 seconds to talk to each other first before you make your decision. And they're like, I promised you on my grandmother, on my kids,
on my
kids' kids, on my kids'
on my
kids'
dying
kids'
father,
dog.
I'm gonna
split.
I'm gonna split it with you.
Like, you can trust me. I'm a trustworthy guy.
We've been talking
you can
all day
split with me, and like.
Do you guys know this
I'm
show?
not gonna fuck you over. It's like I'm telling you the truth. I'm gonna split with you, and I'll be really gutted if you
because I feel we've made. I feel we're friends.
Yeah, we're friends now.
We're
right?
friends
We've been
now.
through this experience together, and then it comes up as like.
Steal. This presumes you know the plot of this game, which is basically the prisoner's dilemma, where like if you both say split, you get the money, but if one of you says steal, you take it, and if both of you say steal, you get nothing.
Yeah,
so you have to kind of like convince the other person and then do it. Oh my god.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Twitter would go nuclear if they brought that back now. Yeah.
I remember watching one. It was a clip exactly like that, where this guy was like, "Yeah, no, I'm 100%." No, he didn't. It was the other way. He said, "I'm going to steal it all. I'm going to steal it all," or something like. He just went in. That was his thing. He just went. I'm just going to steal it. I'm just going to just let you know ahead of time. I'm going to steal the whole thing. And he's like, "So you can either let me have it, or we're both not going to get it," or something like that, or something like. It was this really kind of strange,
it's a ballsy move,
backwards thing.
But you're basically saying, "I'm going to play this game and I'm going to walk away with nothing," because. Yeah. Is
that Dom? Do you know the one I mean? Because I don't feel I remember it well enough, as it were. But it was this thing. He says, "Just so now, I'm going to steal it." And this person's like, "Why?" He's like, "I'm just going to steal it. I'm taking it. Just let you know, I'm just going to take it." Shit like that. Anytime you involve people discussing things and letting the real world element into it,
yeah.
It's got a different level.
Especially the demographic of people they bring in who are just massive cunts. Or really, they're either massive cunts or they're people who really just need a little bit of money, not even a lot of money. Like, oh, my boiler broke and I'm going to die if I don't get a new boiler, so I'd really need this money. Fuck you, steal.
Do you know, is that an idea for a game where it's like you have to bring in, it's called Guilt Trip, and you have to convince everyone that every time your one is more worthy than the other, and then you vote someone out. So like, yeah, look, my dog's got dog cancer. And it's like, I've got to send my kids to university.
Well, mine's worse. My dog has got cat cancer. So not only is it dying, but it's really fucked off with itself all the time.
Had sex with a cat for a start.
Rule one?
Well, it's a cat. It's a dog.
Well, it's still like interspecies sex, which is not cool.
That wasn't what I was legislating on at the time, but I mean... suffice that, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, the concept is that just in order to get that money,
cats and dogs fucking everywhere.
You have to convince the other person that your guilt trip story is more worthy of it, and then you basically just kick people off. I mean, it haven't really worked out.
And you don't have
more.
to tell the truth.
You don't have.
You can make up a story.
But of course, they're allowed to test you on that. It's like, okay, well, how long is this? And it's like, and then I don't believe his cat has got dog cancer. Actually, I think he made it up. And it's like, basically, it's just a dog. It's not a real person. I'm going to vote to kick him off on Guilt Trip.
Right. Patent pending.
Patent pending.
This is a fucking cracking show concept.
Guilt Trip.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, you
Guilt
go on
trip. Woo!
You go on a trip. It's like to win a holiday. It's a guilt trip. Will the holiday?
Will Dave get a brand new boiler and a holiday in Magaluf? Or will Sheila walk away with a dog cancer surgery and a trip to Ibiza?
You get to come up with
Come back after the break.
Incredible story, and like they'll say things like, will the trip be able to like assuage the guilt of like you lying? Because once you're lying on a beach somewhere, like drinking margaritas, you'll be able to forget all the terrible things you did to get here.
Guilt Trip, the show where lying can get you lying on the beach.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I love
it. And the losers get eaten by a lion. Maybe.
I'm just going to go back to, where is it? Oh, yeah. LOL, what was that ridiculous Chris Jericho, Was It Jericho show? And they're on a conveyor belt and they go flying. It's called Downfall. That was a fucking incredible show. And it only went for like 9 episodes. What the idea was, it's a conveyor belt that starts within a building, and the end of it just goes out the top of a skyscraper. And so what would happen is they'd put a prize on the start of the conveyor belt, and to stop the conveyor belt, you had to answer like a certain number of questions. Sally Saw.
She really likes Saw 3.
You've come to the right place to Saw. Yeah. So they'd put like the prize on the start of the conveyor belt and then ask you a bunch of questions. And if you got enough questions right, the conveyor belt would stop. And so you would then be able to get that prize.
Yeah.
But then as the game progressed, the questions would get harder, and they would also put like one of your personal items from home on the conveyor belt.
Your gran.
So it's like you could win, this iPhone 12 and save your like priceless heirloom that your grandmother managed to get out of Auschwitz or something. And so, or it could go fucking crashing out of this building all the way down to the ground.
Unbelievable. That sounds amazing.
It is. I've still got it like on a hard drive somewhere. It is an incredible show.
They had a lifeline which put your friend on it. Well, like your friend could join you on the show. Like you put your friend on the thing and it would fall. That sounds pretty crazy.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Welcome in, Sally. Very pleased to see you here. Do we know you for real in the real world and you found us somewhere, or have you just stumbled across us, basically? But welcome in anyway. I'm Alex. This is Jeremy, if you don't already know that. We're just talking about random quiz shows. I don't know how we really got onto it, but I do love it. And I do think we can come up with a really good idea.
You watched a shit quiz show in a hotel.
Oh, boy, was that bad. But I really enjoyed it because I could answer the questions, and that was the most important thing. Not saying I'm super stupid or anything like that, but it is fun to kind of like go, yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that. Because hard quizzes aren't fun. I disagree. I think hard quizzes are shit. You go to a quiz in a pub and it's like you get one right out of 10.
Right, but there's a difference between hard and just massively tenuous. Cunty. Like,
yeah,
a hard general knowledge quiz, I'm there for, but just a hard quiz because it's about obscure 70s like punk bands that only 3 people have ever listened to.
So the Chambers quiz.
Yeah, exactly. You got where I was going.
I did. And never again.
Those can fuck off.
I do like. I mean, just saying, I do like it when there's some tough ones in there, as it were. But we'll work on our quiz idea, and if you come up with something, we'll steal it.
We'll steal it.
Yeah. Golden balls.
Like a golden ball.
Did you ever see? I don't know if you ever watched 30 Rock. It's a good show about basically a Saturday Night lifestyle show that had Tina Fey and our TV got Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin. Yeah, and in that they come up with this new idea for a game show where you have to work out which person has the gold on them, and they basically have a briefcase full of gold. What they did, and they have like 10 models all standing holding briefcases. Only one of them has the gold. And what they didn't realize is the gold would be heavy. So there's one person straining, holding this briefcase, and all the rest of them are standing. It's like,
which one is holding the gold?
Yeah, right. And it just
is it this person waving it over their head,
and honestly,
or
it
is
was
it
just
this
like that.
person dragging it across the ground?
No, it was. He just went. The first person up. They said, "Okay, episode 1, go." It says, "Okay, who'd you?" Yeah, number 3, like that, and it just lost so much money on it.
Did you tell Alex about what I did a few weeks ago, Jazz? No, Harmstone. I tried to speak about you as little as possible, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Did I ask about it? Did I say like?
You did ask about it,
and you refused.
I was a good friend
because he said he wouldn't tell me
because he, you know, you
and
told
I
me
begged
not to.
him, Harmstone, because I want to know every sordid detail of your life. What? Are you for fucking real?
He didn't do Jeopardy.
That's still good enough for me.
Run through. Yeah.
That's good enough for me. I think that's amazing.
Like,
wow.
Are you talking about it now, Harmstone? Can I actually talk about it?
Harmstone did Jeopardy? Fuck me. Who was the host? I mean, run through or none through. It's an entirely different thing.
He did a proper Jeopardy run through on the set with Stephen Fry. Like, it was an actual thing. Yeah, okay. You remember a few weeks ago, Harmstone was the big sad.
Yes.
It's because he got his Jeopardy rejection, like, letter, text.
I see.
Email thing.
Does that mean they filmed it and they said, we're not going to use that?
He'd gone quite far through the process and basically cock-teased him into saying, yeah, we're going to put you on Jeopardy. And then they were like, no, mate, fuck you.
That's shitty.
And so he was sad about that. But then they, as they did last year, called him to see if he would do a run-through and test out the show format, because they've changed.
I see.
They've changed something to make it a little less slow.
Did they ask the questions quicker?
No, that would actually be the answer, but they're not going to do that.
Who knew?
The answer is telling Stephen Fry to get the fuck on with it.
This reminds me of a time, actually, when Laurence Olivier came round to my house and we were having tea and biscuits. If I recall, they were rich tea, but get on with it!
So you saw the first season of UK Jeopardy, then? Because that is exactly what it was like.
I did not, but I just a lucky guess, really.
Yeah. So they've done some things to try and fill some of the potential of Stephen Fry chatting nonsense. So he got to be on the stage doing the test. When he did the test last year, it was just in an office because they hadn't built the set yet.
Right.
But this year, it's on the set with Stephen Fry, and he even got a travel mug out of it.
A travel mug?
Yeah.
Does it say Jeopardy on it?
It does.
Thank God for that.
No, it says blankety blank.
He called me a pussy. What?
That does not sound like a very Stephen Fry thing to say.
It sounds like such a strange, like, insult to be using in this day and age. You pussy. Man up. Quiz better. Jeopardy harder. Phrase it like a question, you twat. Okay. Who is a pussy? You wagered low.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'd call you a pussy too. Whenever I'm watching Jeopardy, I'm like, oh,
clearly knows
you've got the last daily double of the game, and you're behind by $6,000. You could wager the $6,000 you have to try and get into first, but you're going to wager $200? Fuck you, twat. Yeah, he called me pusillanimous. Right. That's why you've changed your
for
name
wagering
on
zero
Discord
on the
to that.
final Jeopardy. Well, I'm glad that you're on Jeopardy in this quiz section of this.
Well, it's not going to be on TV or anything.
No, but it's nice.
You're saying you didn't bet the farm? Yes, there is definitely a UK Jeopardy drinking game. It's Stephen Fry says bet the farm.
Oh, really?
It's one of the drinks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Stephen Fry just goes into a random anecdote. When is the episode on TV? That's the thing, Sally. It's not.
It's not. Don't bet the farmstone. But Sally, our good friend. Okay, that's going too far. Harmstone, who is. What can I say accurately?
Currently in the chat.
He is in the chat. That's as nice a thing as we can say. He is present. Harmstone is on an episode of The Chase. So,
and that's definitely worth watching.
And that is on TV. Sally, where are you from, can we ask? And do you just like the horror movie Saw? Because I just presume that's why Saw is mentioned so many times. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions on the Saw franchise, but it wasn't really good when it was on.
When it was on. It wasn't really good at what it was doing. I watched a clip of it one time in the movie quiz round of Chambers, and it scarred me a little bit, and I never wanted to watch it. Come on, Alex, don't you recognise your lawyer? Sally Saw.
Is it really?
I love this so much.
That would be incredible if it was.
It has to be now.
Yeah.
Tamsin's wordplay is good for deciphering these things. I like it.
Ali law, Sally saw. Yeah.
It's a bit too good.
It is a bit too good.
Yeah. I hope it is Sally.
Not to throw shade on Ali, but I'm not sure that their brain could come up with that.
Maybe it's Ali's mum.
Or Ali's gran, who used to use Ali's account to come and watch me do crosswords. I'm not ever sure it was his gran. I think it was just...
Do I still have him on retainer? I suppose I do, really.
Yeah. That's how lawyers work, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, man, what's going on my TV today?
I don't know. It's having a proper shit-the-bed moment.
Yeah, it's not good. Only Connect. My friend was on Only Connect several times. Duncan loves Only Connect.
I quite like Only Connect. I didn't like it at first, but then I started getting some of the answers, and I'm like, I fucking love this show because it's really fucking hard.
He also liked it because it was run by Victoria Corrin, I think.
I don't like her very much.
Right.
It has to be said. I feel like her jokes are shit.
Well, I actually have to say, I haven't really watched the show. I've just seen bits of it just to understand what Duncan was talking about. So I can't be certain. What did you... Oh, I was going to say, if I had to go through all the hat things, I could be here for quite some time. But...
Maybe just, give us your ultimate hap of the entire time that we have not been here, through Essen, through all the things in London. What is the number one best part of all of it?
The best... Oh, God, no. I can't even... I have to say, I think the best thing was when we went to Essen, we did karaoke with a live band. So this live... They do this thing called...
That's pretty cool.
Karaoke... I think it's called Karaoke Till Death is the name of the company. It's just this band that goes around to various rock clubs and various other bars and stuff like that. And they play the songs and you put it in like a karaoke, and they being a live band know all these songs that they've got on their list, and you pick it. So I picked Green Day, Basket Case, and then they invite you up. If you're lucky, in karaoke, you're probably going to get up there, but in this, there's only a finite amount of kind of in that space and time that they're doing it. So
do you have the time?
You got it. So I feel this could have been a cool wall of Alex's holiday. It could have been. It was just... And last year we went, and it's in this rock club in Essen that we really, really like called Turok. And I told everyone about it. I was like, we've got to go to this thing. And my friends were really skeptical. And like, it's like, what? It's like a live band. And I'm like, listen. And I kept trying to tell them about it. You've got to get a ticket. I'm going to this, even if it's just me on my own. And after some telling and kind of eventually they kind of got up to speed and went, oh, actually, yeah, I think we'll go to that. And then they told all their friends who were coming on a 50th birthday thing. And then everyone turned up. I didn't get to sing, but several other people who heard about it that have been, now that I've told them and they've been convinced, oh, yeah, this is what we're doing. They got to sing. And everyone's like, oh, I had a really great night. And I'm like, so that was last year. And then this year we went along and I did get to sing, and I got to sing Green Day, and it was fucking wicked, and it was amazing. That was probably the best thing that we did. It was a really incredible night, and several of my other friends sang as well. Not Captain Brilliant didn't sing, and neither did Marv, who's been on this sofa as well. Of Tony and Nails fame, he did not sing, but the rest of us all did, and it was amazing. So yeah, that was probably the best thing. It's hard really because like there were so many good things that happened. Obviously, we went to the NFL. But yeah, that was probably the best thing that happened. So good.
Did anyone ever listen to Round Britain Quiz on Radio 4? It's like Only Connect for people that snort cryptic crosswords.
I've never played that.
Cryptic crosswords.
No.
Very strange.
I just don't, I mean, I'm not a big crossword fan, and I always told my parents I'm not a big crossword fan, but every time I see my parents, they're doing a crossword.
And you just feel like your time is coming. Like you're going to inherit that at some point.
We'd go for coffee and they'd be like, oh, I don't know this. And I'd be like, oh, look, it's obviously Herod or whatever. And they're like, oh, yeah, Herod does spit like that. Yeah, okay. And I'm like, okay, now I'm into it now. Like, because they've kind of suckered me into doing it, basically. HAP, Operation Mincemeat. Yeah, okay. We went to see the musical Operation Mincemeat. I don't know what you know about this.
I know lots about it because Aletha told me about it while you were sleeping.
while I was sleeping. Good. Well, then you do know. But for the people that don't know, Operation Mincemeat was a kind of a World War II military operation, which then spawned a film called Operation Mincemeat, which you might have seen, and has now spawned a musical in the West End called Operation Mincemeat. And I have to say, it's one of the fucking best things I've seen, like, ever. It's so slick, so perfect, incredible work, so funny, so touching, beautifully walks the line between all of this stuff. In a dubious, by their own admission, subject matter to write a musical about a weird a military operation where they in order to fake out the Germans and convince them they were going to go where they weren't and misdirect them, they got a body and put a load of kind of important papers and had to make a life for this person so they stand up to scrutiny, and then just dropped him in Spain as if he'd crash landed with all this important stuff. And then the idea is the Germans get that information and all those goodies and go, fuck me, they're going to be over there. And that was that. So it's a massively audacious military operation, which is the subject of this musical. Oh my God, that musical's fucking incredible. You got to go to Operation Mincemeat.
Aletha, in telling me, did make it sound like it was a musical that I would be very into. So maybe I will.
Yeah, I think that it's actually a lot more accessible from a musical standpoint, because it's hard to say. It's quite light on the musical. It's not a sung-through musical. It's quite a fun musical that accompanies what they're doing, basically. And what they're doing is hilarious. So, yeah.
All right, last thing in this then. I feel like cryptics have a set of rules that no one teaches you. That is exactly correct.
Yes.
I was taught the rules once, and now I've promptly forgotten them.
It gets to something that...
They are pretty shit, though. Like, the rules are like, oh, when there's this, then just do this. I'm like,
yeah.
That's not very cryptic then, is it? It's just, you know,
it's like
how
a
to do
special
it, and I don't.
crossword club that you have to get taught, and that's an extra level of faff that I would have to do in order to do something that I already didn't like.
General knowledge aspect of it, of doing the things. I like a quick crossword. That's what I like. And yeah, I feel like I need to do a crossword stream again soon. It's been too long.
They have lots of rules, 0 friends. That's very true.
There you go. Right. I'm going to move things swiftly on, otherwise we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
And I've got to go to sleep at some point.
No,
Some
I've got to
of us
watch
got
Strictly.
work and all that kind of shit. So let's move swiftly on into the section that I like to call Agony with Alex.
Oh, shit.
Listen, you'll take my advice and you'll fucking like it.
I do like giving advice, but I feel like sometimes when I give advice in this, I give too sensible advice. I feel my advice is getting more sensible. So I'll try and be as outrageously cunty on this one as I possibly can.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, this is a good one to do it as well.
Okay, good.
Full disclosure,
Yes.
this one is not sent in. It is from the internet, and they have already received advice from several other people and have responded to that.
Okay.
So we'll see how your advice matches up with that, and I'll read the reply afterwards.
I like it.
Okay? We'll just pretend that they're replying to you.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah. Now then. My cat keeps booping my phone. I think he's trying to take a contactless payment. Boop. Dear Alex.
Hello. I'm already off to a bad start because I feel like I answered in such a straightforward way, as if, yes. There you go. That's a bit more sneering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we try
It's a waste of my time. No, I don't care that much about them. They can carry on, I suppose. My time's valuable.
My boyfriend of 8 months,
Ugh.
26M,
Yep.
and I'm 27F, in case that matters,
That's not.
came over yesterday for an at-home movie date. It was set up super cute and everything was all good until I burnt the popcorn.
That's when it went off to the races. Burn the popcorn.
We couldn't get the smell out,
No.
so I asked him to grab a lighter from my nightstand to light a candle. A maneuver that many a male is familiar with. Light a candle.
Light a candle.
Well, he comes back out of my room and starts asking me why I never told him I had toys. That is sex toys, if you could not read between the lines.
Not Scalextric.
I told him I wasn't hiding it from him, but it just never came up.
Occasionally I'll hide it from you.
because we don't live together. It turned into a bigger deal with him assuming he's not good enough in bed and that I wasn't transparent. We have sex 3 or 4 times a week when we can make time, but not living together, I still feel like that's a good amount. Nevertheless, he is still upset and saying I should get rid of them. I don't exactly agree that I need to toss them, so what can I do to save us both the headache in the future?
Listen, this guy is a bit of a twat, so you should lead with, oh, shut the fuck. Oh, shut the fuck. Shut the fuck.
Oh, shut the fuck.
Shut the fuck. My mouth just went,
you went a bit,
lost the fuck.
Shut the fuck. Ken Jeong then, for a moment.
Shut the fuck. You should shut the fuck. Listen, your boyfriend's the worst. Get rid of him. Keep the toys. Get rid of the man. If he doesn't understand that this is something you have, he doesn't have to get involved in every aspect of your life and check it off on a pro forma of things that are okay to have and not okay to have. You just throw the whole man away. Are you just looking confused at the TV because it keeps relentlessly?
It just keeps flickering.
Yeah, I don't know why it does it.
Yeah.
And now, get over yourself, boys. Do you never wank? Right? Exactly. No, I just like. He went in. By the way, we never get to know if they resolve the smell of the popcorn, which we were all on tenterhooks waiting to hear, or what the film was going to be.
I mean, the sex toys is another way to resolve the smell of the popcorn, if we're being frank about it.
Yeah. You know...
Or Dave about it, or Steve about it, or Mike about it.
Good names, all of them.
Except for Mike.
Outrageous. Any shot. Yeah, so he's basically like, I found your sex toys, and now I'm insecure. And it's like, well, you probably already were insecure, and now you become more insecure, but this is on you and not on her. So you just have to say, listen, they're mine. I don't ask you to get rid of your Xbox, mate.
Yeah, this is on you, not in her.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it is in her. That's the
Listen,
problem. I understand now.
Here's the answer, mate. You have to fuck her better, and then she won't need him anymore. Think about it that way. If you were on hand, or, you know, as it were, satisfying her need at any opportunity, she needs to worry about this. Do you know what? I don't want to deepen your insecurity, but I'm going to. She's got him for a reason. The reason is you're bad. Go fuck yourself.
And the reason is you.
So, you know, bad news, you suck. Right. Feel I've helped.
Response.
Yes.
I'll just paraphrase it. Hang on. After hearing what Alex said...
Nice.
And taking heed to some great advice, I suggested we try using them together.
Huh!
He looked at me like I'd punched his grandma in the face.
This guy.
He said he's too good for that, and it's creepy that I have them.
Oh, God, this guy needs to get a one-way ticket, Dumpsville population him.
Needless to say, I ended it right there.
Yes!
And then I ordered a couple of new things because fuck that. Which is what she did later on. Feels liberating, and I appreciate Alex's well-thought-out response.
Yes. Well, I was a bit ahead of the curve on that one. Yeah, I think we all were. In fact, like, I don't think there's... She needs a hoober wank. Is that like...
That's the reason. That's the song.
Oh, I see.
And the reason is you.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. I don't know a lot about Hoobastank, so...
Love that, honey. No, it's Love Honey. That's where they're from.
This is brilliant, because I think everyone knew where this was going. But yeah, you really fucked that one. And now...
You can't.
You can't. You're not having any sex now, mate, because you were like, I don't get it. I found your toys, even though I shouldn't really been like looking around for the toys. But I found the toys, and now I feel like I'm not good enough. Well, now you're not even there. Don't talk yourself out of a good time, man. Just like, what have you done? The incel called, they want their douchebag back.
And now they've got
it. You know, love it. Boom. That's true.
Hoobawank sounds like something in Don Quixote.
A Hoobawank. The Hoobawank. Sounds like it's the word Hoover, and I don't even want to think about how someone might want to try and wank with one of them. Mm. We've all thought about it.
Or is it like, you know, you got Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Is it Uberwank?
Uberwank.
And you can't be asked to...
The Uberwank.
You can't even be asked to have a wank yourself, so you order a wank on Uberwank, and someone comes and jerks you off.
Yeah, they shouldn't be seen as a replacement for good. Yeah, exactly. He thinks it's a replacement. He's like, oh shit, I'm failing to do it, so now she has to fall back on old reliable. I'm fucking up. But yeah, he could have been just like, right, let's get involved. I'm going to use it on you. I'm going to do all this stuff.
Because it's never like a replacement.
How old was
For
he? Because I
sex.
know I dismissed it.
He was 26 and she is 27.
I think by that point it should be cooler than that, but maybe he isn't.
26-year-olds aren't cool.
No.
I mean, I was.
I mean, me too,
You
obviously.
probably were too,
Yeah, obviously.
But in general,
No.
no, they're not cool.
Well, that guy's gone. Do you know, it's just like, it's always good for someone to be really terrible if you're next in line with a girl, basically. Because then you always look good by comparison, effectively. So now the next guy up, as it were, will be just like, hey, how's it going? Why did you dump your old boyfriend? So, oh, he didn't like the fact I had sex toys. He'll be like, what? I love it. Let's use them immediately now on me and on you together. It'll be amazing. And then he'll just go too far the other way.
Or on the same time, like human centipede style.
Yeah,
just
human
straight
centipede. Yeah. And she'll be like, yeah, I really admire the fact that you're not like him, but you have gone too far the other way. Like, I think you're only about
At some point,
the
we're going to
sex
have
toys.
to take the sex toy out.
I was just reading stuff. Are they what I saw was, are they traveling? Like some sort of basketball infraction. Like, you've got to take it out and then take it in again, basically. You've got to bounce it.
You've got to dribble that dildo.
You've got to dribble it, yeah.
There you go. Dom has eloquently said what I was trying to say but failed to. No, that is missing the point. They shouldn't be seen as a replacement for good sex. They are a fun addition or something to facilitate masturbation, which isn't to do with him. Yes. They don't replace sex. They're to do
Yeah.
on
They're
your own
toys.
time.
They're toys.
Yeah.
You play with them.
Yeah.
And have fun with them. Then you put them away.
Well, you clean them first.
Yeah.
Or as many a Tifu has done, you put them in the dishwasher and then you leave them on towels around the house.
Yeah, or you leave them in the sink for like someone to come around and have a look at, or some other.
Did I leave my dildo out
God.
in this totally not real story?
My partner, I think he should get rid of his box of man-sized tissues. Could be thrown into her. Yeah. Yes, which is similar to what
Quite
on the
right.
similar lines of Tamsanaki is.
She
like.
should be the only cum receptacle, not the Kleenex.
Receptacle.
Quite right, Dom.
Yes.
There we go.
That's good. I didn't expect we were going to have a little agony.
Yeah.
No,
I did tell him earlier, but it just shows how much he fucking listens, doesn't it?
Yes.
Damn it.
Well, I don't remember at all. Maybe you said it when I was not in the room. Maybe I'd run away from you. And I don't want to hear the rundown tonight.
Well, being as you listened intently to the rundown, you can tell me which segment we're doing next.
Absolutely can't. In fact, the best I know is that I had all the things on my folder thing. And that's all I know.
You really did not listen. Well, we're waiting. So what's the next segment,
I don't
Alex?
know. Get in the sea.
It is not.
I want to put Deutsche Bahn in the sea, so it can't be that. Okay, so what is it next then?
Well, you know, because you listened.
I didn't. I think we might have a problem here. Either you're deliberately suggesting that, or was it one deliberately gaslighting me, or you think we had a conversation that we didn't have?
We did have a conversation.
I don't know the answer. We didn't have a conversation. I can go around this all day.
It is not Tifu. We have retired Tifu.
It's not Tifu. I know that much. We don't have any here.
Yeah, we've retired it. Yeah.
Confession.
It's not. Your confession was that you didn't listen. That is your confession. It's Alex the arsehole for not listening and or
remembering.
Okay, fine. Well, in that case, I'll guess I'll pick up the slack then and introduce our next segment. It's the segment that we like to call going viral. When
awesome! Love it. That's a good segment.
Knew that answer all along, obviously. Yes, controversial opinion. Alex is a good listener.
I'm an amazing listener.
Oh, that one. Yes. Right, I have 2 virals for your delectation. One of them's been doing the rounds for quite some time. And
I could have guessed this because you were doing a thing.
I was doing a thing. Yeah. This viral has been about for a while, and if you spend any time on Facebook and or TikTok, you will have probably seen this, but it tickles me every time I've seen it, and I've seen it like 100 times. And being that this week I have had a fucking nightmare with a certain delivery company who just can't fucking follow simple instructions.
Right.
And I'm sure you can all relate to that. Trying to get a parcel delivered and they just don't fucking listen. Yeah. So here is an example of a delivery company trying to deliver something. You know, the person's not home. The fuck are you going to do about it?
Put it somewhere nice and safe.
Yeah. Put it
In a
somewhere
safe
nice
place.
and safe.
That is
Under the
perfect.
doormat, Matt said. We've left your item under the doormat. Nice and safe.
That was worth it. That was worth it.
Yeah. No one will see it there. Very subtle.
Subtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you checked your butthole?
And by butthole, you mean doormat?
I forgot about that. Forgot about that song.
And then, not at all related, because I can't be asked to come up with a segue. This one also tickled me and is related to something we did before. Do you remember back in the day, good old if no two hen?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And our plethora of shit tattoos.
Yes.
Well, you can take all of those shit tattoos that we have had on this show in the past, and we can give up looking, because I have found the worst fucking tattoo you could ever possibly get. There is no question.
I love it.
This is the worst.
A lot of hype here. Oh my god, what?
Yeah.
What's Tom doing to himself? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that Tom? It's just, it had a bit of a Tom look. By the end of it, it wasn't quite Tom, but oh my god. There, it looked a bit more like... It looked like he was stroking him with a banana. It's really from this where I was.
Hit him in the face with a banana.
What makes you think, I want to get this? What makes you wake up and go, do you know what, I've been thinking about it?
I mean, I questioned that at first as well. But
Oh
then
my god, this is the
at
worst
the end
idea.
of it, when it's on his face, here's the answer. I've paused it now so you can look at it a bit more. I've discovered that the answer is, what makes you want to get a shit tattoo like this? And the answer is, because
Mental
you're a
illness.
fucking neo-Nazi. So yes, what you said also. Like, if that and his general look does not scream neo-Nazi, I don't know what does.
He's got a barbed wire moustache.
Meth.
Again, yeah.
Same answer. We're all just using synonyms for the same thing, basically. It's and I hope,
Like, your life is just fucked.
I hope this is fake and that it is a temporary.
It gives me
tattoo.
anxiety thinking he has it. It makes me feel
There is
ill.
someone walking around out there with a
Whose
barbed wire
life is just totally
mustache
fucked.
tattoo. Yeah.
Like, no. No. Let's not lump innocent meth heads in with this guy. That's fair. Oh my god.
And I hope this is fake, because God help him. He's not going to have a very long life with that on his face, I don't think.
Oh,
Because he won't be able to get a job. He'll turn to crime.
You have to grow a Yosemite Sam tash if you ever want to get a job.
Yeah, I suppose you could grow a mustache
You have
over
to grow a
the top.
mustache over it.
But looking at that face, it does not look like he has a predisposition to thick facial hair.
Oh god, this is the worst.
Isn't it? I told you it was the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst tattoo of all time.
This is so bad. I'm so glad my TV went, oh, it's back again. This is awful.
And I love the plinky plonky music that they attach to this. Like, turn it up a bit. Here you go.
And he's like, at this point, you're missing all the cuts where the tattooist is like, are you sure? 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 Are you fucking sure? Surely there's some sort of ethical thing where it's just like, I'm sorry, man, I don't give a fuck. You ain't getting it. I'm not doing it. There must be. If I was a tattoo artist and someone came along and said, I want it on my face, I'm like, no, you ain't getting it on your face, mate. A, it's shit. B, you're not getting it on your face.
It should just be a sign up in tattoo shops. No face tattoos.
No faces, you cunts. How to say I'm a cunt without saying I'm a cunt? Face tattoos are illegal in a lot of places. That doesn't surprise me, actually. It's just how I was saying it. I thought maybe that must be a thing. But if I was a tattoo artist, I would never tattoo your face. I'm just not doing it. Just not doing it.
I will tattoo your bum hole, but I will not tattoo your face. Can you tattoo a bum hole?
Yes.
You've got to work around the ridges, obviously, but I'm sure you can do it.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen people who've tattooed things either side of it. I think it was one of our bad ones. It's like just to make make kind of like a smiley face or something.
Smiley face? Surprised face?
And that's an Alex Borton guarantee. I won't tattoo your face. I'm never going to tattoo your face.
No faces tattooed for not free.
I mean, it depends on the money, I suppose. Like, if they wanted to give me an obscene amount of money, like a lot of money, I'd probably tattoo a face.
A lot of tattoo artists have tattooed faces. Yeah, that's a good point. Like the Maori, like tribal tattoos. Some of those look pretty cool, and it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, there is a thing to be like, yeah, I mean, there are obviously caveats.
No
to this
face
sort of
tattoos
stuff.
on white people. How about that?
Like, there's
White people
obviously a
don't need
line
face
in this
tattoos.
somewhere, but
Yeah, on the face.
yeah.
Or not on the face in your...
If we paid you, would you tattoo Harmstone's face? Where on my body? No, I don't want a constant reminder of what Harmstone looks like. Checks account.
No, it's a checking account.
If we paid you, would you tattoo Harmstone's face?
On your face.
On my own face.
Just put Harmstone's face there.
I'd tattoo my face on Harmstone's face.
Yeah, that would work. I see no problem with this. Harmstone, get your face over here.
Would you tattoo Harmstone's face on your butt? That would be kind of funny, but I'll never have a tattoo in my life. So I just don't see the point of them at all.
Well, the point in this case is someone who's going to give you a lot of money for it.
Oh.
That's the point. Is that point get the job done? Or...
Tattoo Duncan is a hunt in lava font on Harmstone's face. Oh my god. That guy, man.
That guy.
He's fucked his life.
We're
Maybe,
still- we're
in
still
fairness,
in
in
the,
fairness to him, his life was probably already fucked. So, net zero issue.
I mean, we've already established he was a neo-Nazi.
He is fucked up anyway. So, one tattoo ain't going to make a difference.
You fucked
We
up.
don't know
You fucked up.
if this is not part of a bigger artistic issue. There's going to be other things that form part of it. When it all comes together, you wait until it's all come together, and it's going to look fucking amazing. Don't judge with just the barbed wire moustache. You wait until the whole thing's done. You haven't seen the whole piece. That makes a good point, actually. There is a bit of me that wants a tattoo, but mostly I can't make up my mind what it could be, and I know I changed my mind. That's the thing. Like, I think there's so many good temporary kind of versions of tattoos that you can order online now that you could just keep getting temporary tattoos and getting rid of them and doing it again.
Well, even without that, there are so many good tattoos that you can get that are not that.
But if you were changeable in this situation with Dom, it's like, maybe next week or maybe next month or maybe next year, you may as well just get something super temporary and just keep putting it on every now and again. And just like, does it matter that he rubs off? In fact, that's better.
Yeah, just buy sleeves.
Yeah.
Basically tights with tattoo designs on them. So there you go. That was going viral. The segment that Alex knew was coming up. I just absolutely knew that was what was coming next.
I had no clue.
What's next, Alex?
Don't know. I mean, I presume it's going to be getting the C at one point because I alluded to wanting to put Deutsche Bahn in the C.
Well, it's not on the list, but it might
What's
be.
the list look like?
It might be able to get in. Hang on, let me just check the
I
list.
can see the list. Yeah, wait till the barbed wire gets linked into the 88. Yes.
Right. So on the agenda for tonight was this is happening.
Cool. Nailed it.
Check.
Yeah.
Agony with Alex.
Enjoyed that.
Then it was
going viral. We just had that.
check. So there's only one agenda item left. But you wanted to modify the agenda?
Yes, please.
Should we put that to a vote?
Yes. We need to get everyone voting on this one.
Okay, what would you like to add to the agenda?
Get in the sea so I can put Deutsche Bahn on the sea.
Gets.
I think Alex should get some fake tattoo sleeves to prank his parents. Like, I can't imagine such a thing. I just can't. They would never believe it.
Upside down crosses and...
Oh, no. If I was going to get fake tattoo sleeves, there would be nothing blasphemous on it. It would be bad enough that they existed, you know.
Not even like... Not blasphemous, but just the wrong religion. Like, put Star of David.
Oh my God. I just have to say...
what's it called? The 3 symbol that's the...
Well, the kind of Buddhist symbol.
The Buddhist symbol, yeah. Just every religious symbol, but
Christianity.
Yeah.
This sounds very silly. Just a teardrop under your eye. Fucking hell. Or are you just talking about the symbol for resistance or whatever it is? I'd have that, a little symbol for resistance. I'm well into science, as you all know. I think it would just be my parents might actually have a heart attack. And then if I knew I was responsible for that,
that's murder.
I'd probably have a hard time.
At the very least, manslaughter. I mean, if you're going to get Ohm as the symbol for resistance, maybe that's the tattoo you get on your butthole.
I'm not too sure I really want to do that. I'm kind of sort of against the idea.
Science sleeve, just a massive Darwin's face on your arm.
It has to be memorable. My mom has tattoos dedicated to our late family dog Princess and one dedicated to my late grandpa, her father. At one point, I did think when my late brother died, I thought I might have done something, but I'm just like, I just couldn't. I mean, I didn't actually explore the possibility very, very long. I just thought this is what sometimes people do, and it might be nice to mark that. And then I just thought, I'll just remember things. I mean, and not to take the mickey or anything about people that have done this. People really want to do it, and I know people that have. I just thought, this is an opportunity. Maybe I should forever have this indelibly etched upon me. But I feel it's pretty indelibly etched upon me anyway.
I feel like, tributes to people that have passed are far better than getting somebody's name tattooed on you that's still alive, right? Because that's always a mistake, no matter how much you think that you're going to be with somebody forever.
Yeah,
you might not, and that is not going to look well in the future. Right, are we ready for the vote?
Did we have a vote earlier for something random happened? I don't remember what it was.
I don't think we actually had an actual vote, but
no.
I'm just asking for a show of hands. We don't need anything official, so. Get in the sea. All in favour, say aye.
Aye.
That's 1.
Are you voting for it?
No, I'm not, no.
You don't want to put some... I forgot to vote.
Well, you're voting now.
You're voting now.
Now is the vote.
How many do I need to get?
2.
We did have a vote.
Oh, really? Yeah, there it is. Right, hang on.
But that was a different vote, I think.
It just ended. Hang on.
Poll ended this minute.
Oh, well, I can't look at the results, so tell me what the results are.
It closed.
Hang on, Hannah, you're jumping the gun here. We're not in this. Can't put things in the sea until we've officially ratified putting things in the sea.
I think I might have to eat a girthy crisp.
Oh, I could eat a girthy crisp.
Or maybe we'll have a girthy crisp segment. Is that in there?
No, we've got to have a vote on that as well.
Oh, shit me, we want to eat something. No, I think we're going to... I'm going to put this one through like I'm the President of the United States.
Somebody tell me the results of the vote so I can stop being a twat.
It was Get in the Sea versus Alex Gets a Tattoo live.
Oh, well, that was a fucking stupid idea, because now we're not going to put things in the sea, are we?
We are, because we control everything.
No, we're going to get you a tattoo.
If I must. Look, this happy fucking corn has a little happy face.
Can we put voting on everything in the sea? No, because we need to vote to put things in the sea in order to put voting to put in the sea in the sea.
Oh,
do you understand?
Is so hard. My brain hurts.
It's like a vicious...
Can I just take this thing and just click the thing?
I don't think you can, no, but you, by all means, you can try.
Where is the sea? Cool.
It's colour-coded, Alex. What
it
colour is
blue.
the sea?
Blue, but drinkity drink is blue.
Okay.
Is that not unfair? Beans is orange. Get in... it's at the top of the other thing.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
Well, that resolved that one. Just press the button and it happens. Right, Deutsche Bahn goes directly into the sea for being a piss-poor example of train management and wasted 2.5 hours of my fucking time. Oh, no, all told, wasted 4 hours. I've got to claim my money back. I've got to remember that. wasted 4 hours of mine and Petty's time. I didn't mind Petty's time being wasted, but I mind my time being wasted. So Deutsche Bahn, get in the sea, you useless cunts. And if any of you happen to be listening, sort your shit out. Like anyone from Deutsche Bahn would ever be listening to this. Right. I said Petty twice. I only read that.
Yeah.
And now third time.
Say it again, because you said in the sea, and I was about to push the button, but then you kept talking.
Oh,
so.
sorry. Deutsche Bahn, in the fucking sea.
There you go. Right, what girthy crisp am I eating?
I don't know.
I can't remember what they
Well,
are.
I think that's
That's
one...
the yakitori.
Yes. And that one I think is like... Do you say it was like mental? Ment?
Yeah, this is the character that's fucking me up, but it's something
Menta. Don't know what that is. What did you want to put in the sea, Hannah? Your apartment company. What's wrong with them? We went there. It was fucking amazing.
I mean,
inquiring minds want to know.
The Chromecast didn't work, but that probably is a first.
But then they had a pool table, and we got to hang out in that big upstairs roof room.
That's where the Chromecast didn't work, though.
Specifically, my lifts. Oh shit! Your lifts don't work.
Oh, what flavour is this? This is that
Weird flavour.
mentai flavour.
Well, while you're just okay, so you can't go into the cool room. That's what I was thinking.
Cool.
Right. Well, while we're doing this, we're going to eat some girthy crisps.
It's totally on the top floor.
This is a teriyaki one.
This is an undisclosed one. Let me just show this for a second.
Oh, I know. We know what it is now.
Mentai, which is salmon roe. I don't know what either of those things are, but there's a mental dude on it with like mad scientist. Let me show you this shit. Hang on.
So, Hannah says the lifts are all broken, so they've chosen this time to re-glue the stairs carpet, rendering the stairs impassable, but only at the very bottom, so you don't know until you get there. Fucking hell. Yes, I will happily put in Hannah's very specific apartment woes in the sea. Hannah's apartment company, get in the sea.
This is good.
This is tasty. We got sent
tastes
some
like salmon. But...
We got sent some snacks from my nephew Tom. Hannah, now it looks like you're kind of in the sea too.
Wait, if they're in the sea, how do I get outside? Well, you should have thought about that before you suggested this, shouldn't you?
What I want to know is...
You did not think this through. He's like, what I want to know is, and then promptly fucks off.
Falls over what this is.
No one can hear him.
I'm going to try and look it up on...
Oh yeah, let me have a read.
You go.
Right. I'm not very good at Japanese.
That's okay, we can use Google Translate when you get bored of doing that.
Oh, it says it there in English next to it.
Oh, does it? What's it say?
It's Suki Suki Kombu.
Doesn't sound like English, I must say. Oh, I think that Aletha said it was seaweed.
Not English, but, Romanized
but,
Japanese that is in English characters. I don't have to read the... Yeah.
That's kombu, a fat seaweed. Fat, mate.
I was going to say, it looks like jerky, and so dried seaweed.
Can we eat this?
Sense.
Aletha, do you mind
if I trying that? That would be fun.
If she says it, you should open it and try it. Trying Japanese things on air.
You like it, Saki Saki? Open it.
Mortal kombu.
Put it in your face.
If you die of it, that
probably will be not very tasty because it's seaweed, but
eat it. Yeah,
okay.
Break it out.
Don't have to ask me twice. Oh my god!
I don't think I want it.
What, am I suffering this alone?
Yeah. Will you tell me what it tastes like? That's such a great fucking reaction.
Okay, so the smell is way worse than the actual taste.
What's it taste
doesn't
like?
really taste like anything.
Okay, I guess I'll do this. It's got a very...
Like, smell it first. Like, when I smelled it, it just hit me in the back of the throat. But, like, now I can't...
It smells like a really strong salt and vinegar crisp.
Is it sweet or salty? Yes. See what I'm saying? Once you actually put it in your mouth, it doesn't taste like anything.
That's weird. I think it's salty. It's like a little... It's like a little damp seaweed crisp. Okay.
Little damp seaweed crisp.
Yeah, a little tiny little square of seaweed. Anyway, I thought we'd eat some of the stuff that Tom sent us on the show. We can report back that no, thank you. I don't want any more of these random fucking. It's difficult because I want to send some stuff back to Tom, but like he
lived here.
He knows the things
grew
we
up
have
here.
Yeah. Whereas this is all interesting and new to us.
Here's some Marmite or Nesquik or something.
Although he can't get Galaxy there, so he quite likes Galaxy. So sometimes we put him some Galaxy. Well,
there you go.
Anybody else want to put anything in the sea, by the way?
Put
Because
this down, Aletha, and you can have some then.
I should have got some German shit. Yeah.
I tell you what, if I had to say that the nearest thing it tastes like, probably sauerkraut.
Yeah.
It tastes a bit sauerkrauty. What's this one? Oh yeah, the yakitori. Which is like grilled chicken, right?
I'm gonna get this one's salami apparently. I'm gonna have a salami girthy crisp. You guys hanging around just watching us eat.
That does not smell like chicken. Let's see if it tastes like chicken.
The specific casting agents who rejected me from Jeopardy. You want me to put them in the sea? I mean, they've spared you from the world, so I think they're probably doing a good job.
Spared the world from you.
Yes. Well, you can work that out. It's like a backwards way of saying things, like they do on Jeopardy. Probably, I don't know.
The answer is
yes. I'll put it in there. Look, I'll even press a button for you. You can word it yourself in the thing, but let the word go forth from this time and place. The people that rejected Harmstone are cunts, and they can get in the sea. You have a big sploosh. You put up with a lot.
I mean, we had to put it in there because he's in control of the spreadsheet, so it was going in anyway. Whether we said it or not. Dr. Fruitbat, hello. Welcome to this mukbang / putting things in the sea portion of the show.
/ oh my god, I got fucking crumbs all over me. What was I thinking? God, look at me. Right.
Don't look at me!
Shit me, I've got covered in shit. Talking about Japanese, I bought a Japanese board game when I was in Essen, which is all in Japanese, which might, in retrospect, have been a bad idea, but I can tell you...
I think it's a learning experience, and I look forward to playing it.
You should have a look at it, actually, while I've still got it in Japanese, because I bought the English stickers that you put over it in order to...
Oh, that's no fun.
Make it English. It's okay if you want to learn how to play the game, able to play the game. It's a game it's a game called Gibberers, and you are all Stone Age people with no sense of language, or a very, very small sense of language. And then every turn in the... a bit like when you get word games, where you get given a list of words and you've got to kind of, like Taboo or something, you've got to, like, certain word games where you have to convince someone of another word. In this similar way, you can only use words from the dictionary you have, that you're ever-growing words you're making up, and your ability just to gesticulate. And you'll start off with certain words in this game, like for not, or for yes, or for water, or for something, or for I as in me, or something like that, and then a fake made-up word, because you're making a language. The board game is all about making your own language. And so what happened is, like, you need to make a word for no, and so my friend said, right, we'll just call it mish. That means no. So that means every time somebody wants to say no, they have to say mish. So the whole time was like, so we'd ask them questions.
Sounds like a drinking game.
It could be a drinking game. So you're allowed to talk in English, otherwise the game would never work. You have to actually talk about stuff. So the guy starts trying to describe stuff. So he basically goes, he says some of the words that he's got, and in part of it he goes like, we're like, does that mean like You trying to say
Explosion.
explosion, destroy? So we're trying to guess. So it's a bit charades plus, but he's like, and then he'll say like he'll use the existing words. What he was actually trying to say was invisible. He kind of tried to disappear. So he went behind it. So he's kind of like disappear. No, it's not that. And we're trying to guess the word. Eventually, when you get it right, he can then name it. He can come up with a new language word for it. He came up with the word whooshy. So now whooshy means invisible. So then you gradually grow your dictionary.
Lexicon.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And it keeps going, and so that you can do easier and easier, harder and harder words easier with all the stuff you've got. So you've got to think about the kind of stuff you need to make, and you eventually get tokens for being good at the game, and you can exchange tokens at any point for just making a word that you need. So you're like, I'm really trying to say, I don't know, nuclear, so I need the word power, and we don't have a word for power in our dictionary yet. So I'll just say I'm going to come up with that. So then you can't just go, oh, I need to give the word nuclear fission, so I'll make the word nuclear fission. That doesn't work like that. So you gradually expand your dictionary that you're making up of stupid words that then you all have to use and say. So then you kind of end up saying mish bosh whooshy, neeple, whatever, and everyone's like, and it's so stupid. It's a really fun game. So hopefully we can play that at some point. Because eventually the higher level words you've got to say or phrases are really, really difficult words to communicate. I had to communicate the word like bees, and like it gets really very hard by the time you're having to say things like entente cordiale or whatever.
I'm still eating them.
So you became Sims. Yeah, it was a bit like that.
I feel like that really dried out my lips, and yet I'm still putting more in my mouth.
It's very Moorish, apparently. It is fun, Keris, actually. Yeah, we played it for a while, and then it was pretty cool because it was me and two of my friends and two random people that we'd never met before, who, amusingly, in a game about language and communicating facts to each other, we never learnt their names until the end. But they were really decent guys. It was really quite a lot of fun. And I was saying that they could come up with any names that they want, anything they wanted in order to help us win the game. But I did suggest maybe they could come up with the word, use all our tokens just to come up with the word dick and head. So like not for a useful purpose, just to be like, I think we need beads. I think we need a word that means like twat or something like that. So when we get something wrong, someone can go, like, you use that just to insult the other people for being shit at the game. But yeah, it's a good game.
It sounds good though.
Yeah, I know it's a Japanese game, so obviously if you spoke Japanese, it'd be really, really great. But if you don't, you just have to convert it. So
Fair dues.
Leeds.
Hello, Tom.
How's it going? We're eating your
We're eating your shit, and we watched you get a shit tattoo earlier. Were you here to see you get a shit tattoo?
Yeah. I don't think he saw that, but you don't want to. Oh my god!
No, I
don't get that tattoo.
No, we don't want to do that again.
Yeah, we just ate what was it?
Suki Konbu.
This stuff.
Suki Konbu.
It's like a strange.
Doesn't really taste of anything, but it makes your lips really dry and shit. Kombu.
That the advert for it.
Take
now.
that to the bank.
Ooh, seaweed flavour. Yeah, it wasn't as seaweedy as I wanted it to be.
No.
That dried seaweed I really like.
It just tastes like dry.
Do you like dry things?
It's like really taken all of the moisture out of my lips.
My Pepsi's right.
Very, very dry.
I'm just gonna Pepsi up.
He's bringing Pepsi back. Yeah.
Just smiling at the camera in a happy way.
When he pours it, he might wear a hat. Yep. He's shit at pouring. He's got way too much froth. Yep. I don't know what I'm doing.
I love it.
You ask me what I'm doing like I know. I'm just filling time until he eventually tells me that it's time for the final segment. And then he doesn't know what the final segment is.
This one I feel confident.
So we'll just make it up. He says he feels confident. I do not believe him.
I was watching some NFL coverage, and they used the phrase "hat on a hat." Have you heard this?
I have, yes.
Do you know what it means? Because it's like putting too many defenders on, putting another defender on another defender, or something. Because it seemed like a weird thing to say.
In all of my experience, hat on a hat is basically just another way of saying coverage. So it's a way of saying like man coverage. You have to put a hat on a hat. So every helmet you see must be covered by another helmet.
Good. That makes sense.
Like marking up, manning up. and not in the way that
Duncan hates.
Yeah, exactly.
It's from Team Fortress.
I don't think it is.
It's got a phrase. It means something in comedy, like it's an unnecessary joke on top of a joke. The joke was good without it, type thing. But I hadn't heard it in NFL. Basically,
It's because they call the helmets hats. That's all. Now,
yes.
it's quiz time. What's our final segment?
What is Am I the Arsehole?
Correct.
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
That's pretty fucking slick. Let's just do more of that shit. We got so many of these.
Yes, we're not going to do them all, especially
No.
because we procrastinated. I can tick this now. Get in the seat. Tick. Big tick.
Wow, you're really
I'm keeping us to this fucking agenda, Alex.
admin-y, agenda-y. You're very kind of like administratory today.
It's because I'm, back in an office now,
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly, right. Because you're in an office now, everything has to be like meetings. Do you have meetings? You have to go to staff meetings?
Do I have to go to staff meetings?
Yeah.
And if I ever have to go to a staff meeting, I'm going to quit.
Yeah, you heard it.
Fuck
Yeah?
meetings.
Don't fuck with this guy.
Meetings are for cunts.
Yeah. Do you know, it's bad enough. Do you know the worst thing about LARP with Curious Pastimes is incessant meetings, which I just won't ever do again. I'm putting my foot down. I don't understand why people go to meetings at LARP. If someone has to meet, by the way, I just don't believe them. I don't believe them. They have these 3-hour-long combat meetings. Then we go to battle. It all goes tits up anyway. So meetings are bad enough in real world.
Exactly.
You don't want a fake world meeting. No more meetings.
And not only am I not going to any meetings, I can't even fucking work out how to use the phone. So I'm not even talking to people on an individual basis either.
Easy solution. Play a
that.
character who hates meetings. Is that like your character, Dr. Fruitbat? Because my character has fast become a character who hates meetings. Works for me.
Seems like a pretty fundamental kind of base thing to put in your character.
I'm working on a new edge to my character. Edge is like makes it sound edgy, but actually just a new aspect to my character, who believes that everything that I don't have any effect over my own control.
I thought you meant which era of Adam Copeland were you going to?
What?
Like, are we talking?
You think you know me?
The Brood Edge? Like, he's going to be a bit
On this
vampiric?
day,
Is he going to
I see clearly.
fuck his friend's girlfriend and ruin their relationship?
Sounds
like,
good.
which edge are we getting here? Is it the Edge that stupidly jumped off a cage and broke his leg when he
No.
really should have
Can I
known
just be
better
Edge?
after 30 years? I wouldn't. He's made some really fucking poor decisions.
Yeah,
his
but
life.
it'll go over well in LARP because they're all wrestling geeks as well.
Jeremy is entering his snake manager Edge. Don't you fucking know it?
Well, we did a
I manage my snake on the daily, let me tell you.
we did a quiz the day before like renewal kicked off. And one of the questions was like, who has won the most heavyweight title? Who has won the most heavyweight titles? Basically, was the question. Or
in
WWE,
in wrestling. Okay.
it was a wrestling. Who's won the most wrestling titles? And it was kind of awkwardly worded, which is why I was deliberately being awkwardly wording it. But I was like, I don't think they really went down well enough into the definition of the different types of belts. They're just like, who's won the belt the most, basically.
Yeah, because heavyweight wrestling titles is not just world titles.
No.
It's also intercontinental US.
And I was kind of wanting to get into this, but we didn't have that sort of time.
And so you just answered the question that they meant to ask, which was how world titles, right?
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
like John Cena.
incorrect.
Well, that's what they said.
Well, that's not the right answer.
No, well,
Even
who do you think it is?
It's Ric Flair.
Yes, that's what I said. I fucking said that. I said Ric Flair. I fucking said Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because he has more in WWE, and then he also has more that WWE don't even
You've
recognize.
no idea how happy that makes me.
I do know how happy that makes you. I heard it. It was very loud. Woo!
We went there. They said, who's got the most? And I said, like, he was like a 16-time champion or whatever like that. I said, it's definitely Ric Flair. And the guy with us said, I think it's going to be Triple H. I said, it's not Triple H.
It's not. He's only a 12-time world champion.
And I said, I'm pretty sure it's Ric Flair. And someone else on a different... And we just like... by the way, I didn't really give a shit whether we got it or not. And I wasn't about to debate it with them any longer.
Doesn't sound like you didn't give a shit, but carry on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought to myself, I'm letting this
You were
move
quite
on.
content to just say, you are wrong. Let's move on.
When I got into a situation where someone had said something which was clearly wrong, I'm like, we're never going to get this over the line. We're just going to sit here going back and forth in what was quite a fast quiz. Stick the thing down. Let's move on with our lives. And Yeah, so we never put it down, and they said it was John Cena, and I was like,
Yeah, it's not. The correct answer is Ric Flair. John Cena is second with 15 more championships. Because he'll probably win his
so happy.
his 16th when he does
Somebody
his
else-
retirement tour next year.
somebody else shouted Ric Flair as if to go like, I'm to dispute the quiz. Someone on a different quiz said
Yeah.
Ric Flair, and I was like, oh, I love it. I feel so happy. I feel so happy that I knew a dumb piece of shit
You're
thing.
the real winner.
Yeah, I am the. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you. I am the real fucking winner. Yeah.
And I am now interested. The answer to the question they didn't mean to ask, though, and now I'm going to have to find that out tonight.
Right.
Who has won the most heavyweight championships?
Right.
And it's probably Chris Jericho,
For all you Jerichoholics out there.
because he's been Intercontinental Champion a bunch of times as well, as being a 8-time world champion.
I'm loving this. We actually came third in that quiz, and there were a load of things that you could get. It wasn't just like an assigned thing. You just went up, and the first place picked something off the list, second place, and we picked something off the list which was there, which was like a bespoke dagger. Someone was going to make us a dagger from scratch to our very specifications and design, which is a really good prize. I don't know why nobody took it, so it was good. It was really, really good. I went to a pub quiz, and they asked how many films has Wolverine been filmed in. And I asked, does that include films not yet released? And the quizmaster suggested I was being difficult. But their question was garbagely worded. I think pub quiz is all about the pedantry.
It is. Because there is only one correct answer. And if you need to clarify things to get to that answer, then it's a shit question.
Has been filmed in. Because does that include films? Because he's been filmed in that haven't been released.
Filmed in it, just because we haven't
Why
seen
would they
it.
word it like that? How many films has Wolverine been in?
Yeah.
You know.
How many films feature Wolverine?
So how many films do feature Wolverine? Because he was in all three of the original
X-Men.
X-Men. Was he in like the First Class and all that sort of stuff as well? Like First Class,
No,
Days of Future Past.
Oh, yeah, because wasn't he a mentor in those?
Like,
Rather
I
than,
honestly never saw them. And obviously he's
no
being
one did.
involved. He was in Logan. I mean, fuck me. I don't know, 7?
There was a,
Does anybody
just
know
a
else?
Wolverine film, right?
Yeah, there was, like, yeah.
It's just called Wolverine.
Just called Wolverine.
He's now in Deadpool and Wolverine.
13. Do you pick that out of your ass, or do you actually know the answer? Because that's fucking amazing. Fucking hell. People love Wolverine. He's a really popular hero. What is it that people love about Wolverine? Is it just he's massively
Just the
regen and
chops.
tough? Hugh Jackman again. We were talking about Hugh Jackman. Your favourite?
See, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, that works.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman as P.T. Barnum, like, that's
Quickly
fine
Googled
too.
it.
But then you ask him to sing, it's like, nah, mate, just stop singing. You can't do it. Not very well, anyway.
I once got asked which 2 countries border Switzerland. It's 5. Huh. Yeah, 2? I mean, it borders Germany and France for a start, and then you've got, Italy on the bottom, and then, what am I thinking of? Austria, I presume. What's the other one, then?
Liechtenstein.
Sounds about right to me.
Just pulled
Sounds
that
I
up.
believe you.
I don't even think that's a real
It's
country.
Days of Future Past. So he is in First Class and Days of Future
He's in
Past.
all of those other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he transitioned into a more mentor role for those, didn't he, I think?
Yeah, I would like to see. I've never seen them, actually.
I'm making that up as well. I haven't seen them. Yeah. Quizmaster tried arguing the Swiss question because her roommate was from there. Right.
Liechtenstein is the other one.
Of course, I knew
Boom.
that.
We would have got there. We're great at quizzes.
I knew that and obviously didn't guess it and pull it out of my ass.
Oh, I was well impressed.
Didn't just assert that Liechtenstein wasn't actually a real country. Anyway, should we get back to the business at hand?
Get back to where we want. Yes.
Let's get down to business.
Can I get a witness?
Now, we've only read our own ones, and so deciding which one is the closer is quite difficult.
Yes.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that yours is the better one?
6.
I think I will go last then.
Okay.
Right.
They're both quite small. But this
But they are girthy.
I just they're much like a girthy crisp. They're dense and short and fighty and taste a bit sexy in your mouth. Right.
Much like my cock.
Yes.
Especially the fighty bit.
Do 1 week, do you just want a quiz? We'll just run a quiz for you. 1 week is just a quiz. I don't mind running a quiz. That'd be fun.
I think we should do a quiz.
We should
That'd
just
be
do a
really
quiz.
fun.
Come along and play the quiz.
Yeah.
Don't Google it on your phone. Says, no, we can't stop you from doing it, but if you're cool with it, we'll do a quiz.
Yeah, we'll totally do a quiz.
Genuinely do. Have a quiz. Quiz night. That'd be fun.
Like, did Jeremy just get a geography question right? I did.
It was good. And that was the hard bit of it. The rest of it is in my head was the easy parts. There were obviously Germany, France, Italy, Austria.
Yeah, I just have a Rolodex in my head of whenever you're talking about certain things,
Oh, Ric
that's
Flair.
probably one of the answers. And Liechtenstein is always the tenuous European answer. Just is.
Am I the arsehole
Yes, you are.
for ruining my husband's chance at getting an air rifle license, UK? Strangely specific. Am I the arsehole? Thank you, Will, for chiming in there, as always. Am I the arsehole for ruining my husband's chance at getting an air rifle license, UK? My 34F husband, 36M, has decided that he wants to take up shooting as a sport. Target and clay pigeon.
Target acquired.
Target acquired. It's a clay pigeon. We know it's UK. You're asking about licenses for an air rifle. Well, they felt it's very important to specify UK. As a sport, target and clay pigeon, not animals.
With an air rifle, yeah, probably.
I'm glad to know that, like, this guy, like, that's... Anyway, I would just read
Go
it
and
and
shoot
come
a
back
deer
to
in the wild with an air rifle. It's like, ow! What the fuck
What are you
was that,
doing,
mate?
dude?
Twat.
He's going to get really good at, like, sideshow kind of carnival events or whatever. However, earlier this year we got into an argument because I had forgotten to transfer the laundry from the washing machine to the tumble dryer like he had asked me to.
The fuck has that got to do with anything?
Oh, I know. This resulted in a lot of shouting from him directed at me for being disrespectful, and me retaliating with more shouting because I felt he was being overdramatic. The neighbours then banged on the wall due to the noise, and my husband flew off the handle.
Sounds like someone who should own a gun, yeah.
Not animals, though. Not animals, because he's a calm man. The neighbours then banged on the wall due to the noise, and my husband flew off the handle. He went from our house to the neighbours' front door, shouting and banging to the point he actually broke the glass panel on their front door, telling them to mind their own business, etc. The neighbours then phoned the police, who interviewed everyone, and my husband received a caution for threatening behaviour. He now thinks...
Did she receive a caution for not moving the washing from the washing machine to the
It was
tumble
not.
dryer?
There's a yellow flag on the plate.
I think that's the real offence here. If we're
Illegal laundry, 10-yard penalty.
if we're just cutting through all of the nonsense, that is the real offence here.
Still first down. He now thinks that this caution will scupper his chances at being granted to keep an air rifle in the house,
I mean, it probably will, to be fair.
and is blaming me for causing the argument in the first place, which led to his behaviour and the police caution. If I hadn't shouted back at him, there would be no reason for the neighbours to bang on the wall or the police to get called.
Right, yes. That's quite the leap there.
You see how it's her fault?
If you didn't stand up for yourself when I was being a cunt, we wouldn't be in this situation.
I don't think I'm in the wrong here, but I need someone else to validate my feelings because my husband is very good at making himself the victim. It's like, if you lose your shit about laundry, you shouldn't have a weapon. Like, isn't that? And that's it. By the way, that's the whole thing. It's like, yeah, he's a very sensitive soul. He wants to shoot at targets and clay pigeons, not animals. But you got to take the fucking laundry out. So now I'm gonna lose my shit. This is gaslighting 101. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? I read this one just before we getting ready to do this. I'm like, this is amazing. So he's like, it's your fault. You didn't take the laundry out, so we got into an argument. Then we got shouty. Then the neighbours got involved. Then I went round to the neighbours.
Allow me to spin you the yarn of how you not taking the laundry out led to me getting arrested for murder.
It's like, I love the bit that it was his decision to go and smash the window, which is ultimately the thing that caused things to be a caution. He went round, shouted at his neighbours and smashed their window. And it's like, yeah, but when we go back to it, if we take it all back far enough, you'll find that, like, it was your fault because you got into an argument with me.
Yeah, do you remember that bit where you didn't move the washing from the washing machine into the tumble dryer?
But if we take it back further, you'll remember, mate, you were the one that bought the washing machine.
Yeah, I wanted the one that was a 2-in-1. And would
Yeah, you bought the one that was 2 separate ones.
Wash the things, dry them immediately.
Right, so if you'd have allowed me to buy the washing dryer
I told
that I
you
wanted,
then,
we wouldn't be problems.
I'm not moving them from the washing machine to the tumble dryer. I want the one that does it for me.
Yeah, exactly. But you said that was too expensive. So if anything, it's your fault. But then it was her fault for buying the clothes that they're wearing at the moment. If they didn't have clothes,
Oh, shit.
they wouldn't have to wash the clothes.
I really thought we'd resolved this.
No,
and
we
then
have not.
You just throw another spanner.
Now
in there.
they own clothes.
I was getting this ready for a mic drop.
But if he hadn't if he hadn't worn clothes, if they were naked, but they only cover their nakedness because of the incidents of the Garden of Eden when we Adam and Eve realized their
looked
nakedness
upon their visage and became ashamed.
They became ashamed.
Yeah.
Had we not had original sin, so really, it's Adam and Eve's fault.
Well, they didn't make the rules,
No, they didn't. The rules were laid down by God.
so it's God's fault.
So it's God's fault.
Right.
Case dismissed, frankly.
Now is it microphone?
You may well.
It's God's fault.
It's God's fault. And if I don't get an Alex, hashtag Alex for vote for that, yeah. God is the asshole. Always comes down to God. But in the case of woman versus cunt,
Not to, lead you in any direction.
I feel pretty confident. Am I the arsehole for ruining my husband's chance at getting an air rifle license like a child? No, you are not the arsehole.
Also, do you actually need a license for a fucking air rifle?
I mean, given that he's the kind of guy who won't give a shit, I'm surprised he's following the rules.
like a nail gun is more deadly.
What I noticed, we went to see Crowded House on Friday, which was one of the many.
Was it busy?
It was fucking packed, mate. Ram-a-lam-a ding-donged.
A real crowded house.
Down the O2. And there was a guy in front of me, and we're all in seats and stuff like that. Everyone had stood up, because no one's sitting in the seats. And he was getting drunker and drunker and drunker, and he was right in front of us. And rather than sticking to his section...
Crowded house!
Yeah, honestly. And this is what I'm about to say. You got it. He kind of sat on the edge of his seat kind of bit, and then was like leaning back and like taking up as much space as possible. And like, Crowded House concert, mate? You want to be a wanker? What is wrong with people who like are just cunts and they feel they're entitled to take up all this space and all this stuff?
The guy who was sat next to me at the Bears game yesterday was like that. He wasn't a particularly big guy, but he just sat like that, just taking up loads of room. I'm like, fucking use your own seat, you
yeah.
cunt.
Use your own seat. This guy's like, and he was like, but also, he was singing along. He knew all the words, so he's clearly a fan, but he shouldn't be a fan. In fact, I'm telling you now, you're not allowed to be a Crowded House fan. This is what a Crowded House fan looks
Says
like.
Alex gatekeeping an entire community.
You better fucking believe it. And there's no one who would disagree with me. As he was singing "Don't Dream It's Over," like he was at a football match. He was like, "Don't dream it's over," and I'm like, "Are you fucking on the terraces, mate? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly, fucking crazy." So I have to say, like, when you got a person like this, as it were, it does surprise me that they want to bother sticking to the rules at all, because the rules aren't there for them and the rules don't, apply to them.
Don't dream it's over. Don't dream it's over. Don't dream it's over. Crowded house. Crowded house.
Crowded house.
Don't dream it's over. Crowded house.
It was a bit like that. But it was over in the end. It was over.
Well, good arsehole. Well retrieved.
Thank you very much for noticing. Right, and I thought that was a 6 out of 10, but I think I might work it up to a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think this might be a 7. It could be a 6.5. You can decide.
Maybe God will be the problem once again.
Oh, there is no God here.
Ah, well, yes. Fair enough.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
So. Yes.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Thank you, Will. Am I the arsehole for refusing to let my neighbour throw her kid's birthday party in my backyard?
I do not have a backyard, but my neighbour does. I have a child and she doesn't. Can I get my neighbour to do shit that I don't want to do? Case dismissed. Sorry, anyway, carry on.
Have you read this?
No, good night.
Am I the arsehole for refusing to let my neighbour throw her kid's birthday party in my backyard? Okay, y'all. This one's wild.
Okay, y'all.
Okay, y'all. This one's wild, and wild is in capital letters. And I can't believe it even happened. So I, 22F, have a nice backyard.
I bet you do. Listen, pics or it didn't happen, mate. We'll be the judge of that. And so forth.
Another chauvinist things, yeah.
Terrible.
So I, 22F, have a nice backyard that I've... Oh my god, this sentence makes it even better. That I've spent a lot of time turning into my little sanctuary.
Shit me.
I mean, that's definitely Pixar. It didn't happen.
Yeah. But do you mow it? We'll find out.
Mow.
All right. All right, bragger.
Have a nice backyard that I've spent a lot of time turning into my little sanctuary.
My little sanctuary. I don't let just anyone in my sanctuary, but I let someone in there one time, and now I regret it. Never again.
My little sanctuary. Plants, lights, etc. Really, 2 was the most you could come up with?
What if she sells sanctuary? Because I would buy that.
It's my happy place, and I love hosting.
Not just yours,
Can
mate.
we stop making this a euphemism? Because I can't. I cannot get through this with the idea that we are celebrating her arsehole here.
She's doing it on purpose. She's doing this. She knows what she's doing. She's clever.
It's not my little sanctuary, it's her little sanctuary.
Is my garden the grass hole?
It's my happy place, and I love hosting quiet dinners with close friends. But my neighbour, 43F, has other plans.
I bet.
A few days ago, she comes over and asks if she can use my backyard to throw her son's birthday party.
Inappropriate.
Not a small gathering. She's talking bouncy castle, cake, loud music, a bunch of screaming kids.
Cake, bouncy castle, never stops.
So you could come up with more than 2 things in this list then. Sanctuary, 2 things, etc. Thing you don't like, several things in the list. I was polite and told her I wasn't comfortable with that because, well, it's my space.
I don't want to.
And I don't really want to host
The
a
end.
party for strangers.
Don't give a shit.
I don't think I will do that
I like how
on
you went,
grounds that
it sounded
I
like...
don't want to.
Was it Eddie Vedder that owned this? Oh.
I didn't think it was a big deal, but oh my god, caps, she flipped.
For real.
She got super caps defensive and said, well, it's just a few hours and the kids need caps space to run around. Then she said she'd give me $30 for cleaning up afterwards, like that was supposed to make me agree.
$30?
When I still said no, she got even more rude and said, I'll just do it anyway. It's not like you're using your backyard all day.
What?
What? That's what it says, caps. What?
What?
Caps. She literally threatened to throw a party in my backyard without my permission because apparently the neighborhood expects it.
The neighborhood expects it. I love that.
I'm gonna
It's what the neighborhood expects.
I'm gonna throw a party you can't refuse in your garden.
It's trespassing, mate. Just saying. I think your father should be my lawyer. Right in there with some like the civil issue.
The fact of
It's
the matter.
trespassing.
Yeah.
It's a party in our backyard and everyone's coming. Have you heard of the park? Yeah. I mean, what's stopping you from going to the park?
I mean, the actual laws that prevent you from holding
You can't
a
just
party
throw
in
a
a
party in
public
the park.
place. Yeah. You
I mean,
can't
Miley
throw a
Cyrus had a
party-
party in the USA, so, you know.
It's a pretty big place, though. You could probably hide it from the police quite well in
Yeah, that's
the
probably
USA.
true.
Yeah. She stormed off. now some of the other neighbours are whispering like I'm the bad guy for not wanting 20 plus kids wrecking my garden.
Just like, what person on their right mind would be like, yeah, this seems legit. I think she's right.
Well, I've asked Dave down the street, and he said that you should have the party in your backyard.
If you feel like this, let them have it in your party, in your garden. If that's the case, I think you should have let her have it. You got a garden. Fucking get on with it. It's
Like-
Sage Bambino. Sage Bambino.
If the neighbourhood is so adamant on this party happening, just have it in the street.
Have it. Yeah.
Have
Or-
a street party.
Like, by the way, is this person like
Cracked.
I was going to say, it's like this is important to the neighborhood when like when it was the Queen's Jubilee or King Charles got crowned or Lady Diana got married. We had a street party because it was
Diana.
It was of national importance. What sort of connections does this kid have? Is he the secret child of Kennedy?
This is where God comes in.
Always God.
It's the second coming.
I see.
And by second coming, I mean in her sanctuary.
After the first one, she wouldn't want to do it again. Trust me. Or so they say. I don't know if your mileage may vary. It's something I definitely didn't say to her. So, yeah.
I read a really fucked up Am I the Arsehole earlier, looking for an Am I the Arsehole on that topic. I'll tell you about it later.
I mean,
weird.
I was going to say something about arsehole, but I'm just think it's just a hat on a hat, actually, frankly, as we were saying earlier. So, it blows
as in every man is covered.
Every man is covered. Yeah. You better believe it. Well, they won't let you do it unless you cover up. So
there's new rules around that now.
That's it. Yeah. You've got to be 20 yards away. Which makes it harder. Let's make it harder.
It doesn't make mine harder.
I think we can all agree that all parents are rude and entitled. I agree.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
I agree. But in this situation, it's amazing. That's like, do you know what? I think that's outrageous. I think you should have let them do it. And it's like, we've all got gardens. She's the only one that doesn't, probably. Get on with it. If you want to knock yourself out, hard to do on a bouncy castle, but
I've seen it.
It's
possible. Done. Yeah, I didn't think it was possible either, but it is. Last sentence. So, am I the arsehole for standing my ground and refusing to let her take over my backyard? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
No, I mean, no, you are not the arsehole for
having a backyard
for having a backyard
you want to use and for yourself.
Yes, for having a thing.
Fuck you, buddy.
We've got a lot of beer we need to pick up from the supermarket, and we don't have a car, but we saw you had a car, and we figured we'd just use your car to pick up the beer. Oh, no, I'd rather you didn't. Well, listen, if you don't want us to, we'll just steal your car and then drive to the place and take it. It's like, no, you fucking idiot. So, yeah. Op is not the arsehole. Jez is. You know.
I mean, that's a leap if ever I saw one.
Boom. Do you know what? What's brilliant is we've got to 10:01.
And Harmson said he was going to be gone a minute ago.
And the old father is here, which is really good.
Yeah, everyone's early. Yeah.
Did that just say ass? Was that meant to be ass specially? Is that why ass has been done at the front of Dom's censoring? I don't know what's that. Yeah, like if you were nice and just said, "Listen, I'll clear up everything." You could approach this in a way this might get over the line,
and here's
right?
an inappropriate stipend for your inconvenience.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to drop you some money. Like, at that point, if you say, listen, can I just give you like $100? I'm going to provide all the food and stuff. I'm going to clear everything up. If there's any damages, let me know. But I really loved it to happen. Is there any way we can do this? How can we get this to happen? But if you come in with and that might get over the line without any need for money, because then suddenly you bonded in a community way. But obviously they don't do that because it's not hilarious. So I once saw Alex break into a car. That is true. I did once break into a car.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
That I did break into a car. I normally accept, as you almost certainly knew I was doing. I did break into a car because a woman asked me to break into the car. She was already breaking into the car, and she said, "Thank God you're here. This is my car, and I'm trying to get into it. Can you break into it?" Right. We still don't know. As your lawyer, we just pressed the buttons. No, that was as your lawyer. I advise you to shut the fuck up. And on that note, I think it's time to go. I'll give you one hearty Ric Flair woo, and we'll see you next week.
You mean from not the most winningest world champion of all time?
No, not in that quiz, but in real life. Woo!
Fuck, shit,